Today, I played my final game in the NFL. When I was younger, you understood that to come to Hawaii meant that you had the respect of everyone in the league. It isn't guaranteed that you make it to the Pro Bowl. It's truly an honor. These players that are here today make the big play, make the last play, make the incredible play.
What a play by Wilson.
Yes, back in the game. Intercepted by Marcus Peters.
Intercepted by Charles Woodson.
I just want to go out there and I just want to wave at the fans one time. But this is it. In Hawaii, aloha.
Truly aloha, a day of goodbye and hello. Welcome to the postseason kickoff engineered by GMC. And the 2016 Pro Bowl game presented by USAA. And it's so good to have the Pro Bowl back in our 50th and spectacular state of Hawaii. The scenery, the people, the warmth, I guess the sand and the fun too. All the backdrop and the setting for some of the biggest names in the NFL, including guys who've gotten there and won it all. Russell Wilson, Super Bowl champion. He's one of the quarterbacks in this game. And Eli Manning representing the New York Giants 1 week before his brother perhaps wins a Super Bowl in his farewell game. Hi, everyone. Mike Tirico along with Jon Gruden, who coached in this game. We've been here all week, and John, we're here for the game now, but the week is really what the players will remember when they walk away from Hawaii.
Yeah, and this Pro Bowl is almost like a futures game, Mike. You have 36 first-year Pro Bowl players, opportunity for them to make their mark, have some fun, and create some memories that'll last forever.
There are players who aren't here, and we'll talk about that as we go through. But of the players here, this has been the most pass-oriented league ever this season. We're going to see some pretty good passing here this evening.
Yeah, I love what Team Irvin did. They have Russell Wilson at quarterback, and they brought in 4 of the biggest Pro Bowl wide receivers. You will find A.J. Green of the Cincinnati Bengals and Julio Jones will start on the outside. Then they get DeAndre Hopkins, who had 111 catches for the Houston Texans, and Allen Robinson of the Jacksonville Jaguars. 1,400 yards receiving, 17 yards a catch. These are 4 big receivers that are going to be a problem to cover. And Team Rice has the pass rushers. I love the inside pass rush of Gerald McCoy, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, Aaron Donald, 20 sacks in his 2 years in St. Louis, and Khalil Mack, an emerging superstar of the Raiders, Mike, 15 sacks in the NFL, and Bobby Wagner, one of 5 Seahawk defenders selected to the Pro Bowl. I think the best coverage linebacker in football. Going to be good.
Well, as you know, the last 3 years it's been unconference. No more AFC and NFC. It's Team Irvin and Team Rice, 2 Hall of Fame legends. Michael Irvin and Jerry Rice are the alumni Pro Bowl captains for this team, and they're standing by on the sideline with Lisa Salters. Lisa.
Thank you, Mike. Hey, you guys, you might not have known this, but you faced each other 9 times.
That many?
9 times in your careers, and Jerry's team won 5 times. So, Michael, I'm thinking this is kind of like a must-win game for you, right? Don't you think?
It is absolutely a must-win. And I tried to convey that to all of my guys, that I've been chasing this guy all of my life. Can I please catch him right here and beat him, please?
Let's see, Jerry, what do you like about your squad?
I just love their attitude. They came out, they had a great week. They got out in the community. They did so many great things. They signed autographs, and they just had a very relaxed practice, and they're ready to go. So, Mike, you're not going to win today. You're still chasing me, okay? You're not going to win.
Any special plans to send off Charles Woodson, Jerry?
We just said we're going to let Charles be Charles. You know, we had him to pretty much break everything down in the locker room, and he thanked all the guys for being here, the young guys and the older guys.
Michael, you said when you were drafting players, you were looking for something. What are you looking for in your players that you hope to see tonight?
Well, I want to see down inside the guys that play the game the right way, no matter what the situation is. Rather it's an NFL preseason game, an NFL playoff game, regular season game, or the Pro Bowl. And if we're just playing in the backyard, I want the guys on my team that play with their heart, and I got those guys.
I always wanted to beat him, and I did.
Yes, sir.
And I'm going to beat him today.
Michael, you don't let him talk.
You need to
relax. You don't let him talk to you like that?
You need to relax,
I always say this: he who laughs last shall laugh best.
All right. Good luck to both of you guys. May the best team win. Mike, back to you.
They've been fun all week. They will be as well here in Hawaii as we say aloha to the great career of Charles Woodson and hello to some new Pro Bowlers as well. The Pro Bowl game from Honolulu coming up next. Well, this week here in Hawaii, USAA and the NFL hosted military at several events, including the Pro Bowl draft presented by USAA. It was a great event at Wheeler Army Airfield. Then there was a private practice to appreciate wounded service members and caretakers from Tripler Army Medical Hospital. USAA and the NFL honor all those who serve and have served our great nation. Players being introduced, fans settling in, the pomp and circumstance around this Pro Bowl game. The rules changed last year a bit, so here is a refresher along with, if you will, the pages that have been added to the Pro Bowl rulebook again for this 2016 game. Similar to last year, different game right from the start. The opening kickoff, there is none. No kickoffs all game. After scores, drives will start at the offense's 25-yard line, but that also applies after the first and third quarter as well. To increase drama, possession changes hands at the end of the first and the third, so all four quarters have a 2-minute warning and teams trying to beat the clock and score. Some other important changes: offense always has to have a running back and a tight end on the field. The defense has to play with 4 linemen, 3 linebackers, 4 DBs. So you're not going to see blitzing, you're not going to see nickel or dime defenses tonight. What it promotes is more one-on-one, best against the best on the line and down the field. Rule changes from what we normally see. Fans settling in on this beautiful sunny afternoon here in Honolulu. Let's check in with the voice of NFL events, Alan Roach.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise and kindly remove your hats for our national anthem. Presenting the colors is the U.S. Pacific Command Joint Services Color Guard. Today's national anthem ceremony will conclude with a flyover by the U.S. Air Force 15th Wing out of Joint Base Pearl Harbor Hickam. Ladies and gentlemen, on January 14th, 12 Marines with the 1st Marine Aircraft Wing stationed at Marine Corps Base Hawaii died in a nighttime training mission off the coast of Oahu. At this time, please join us in a moment of silence to honor these brave Marines. Thank you. And now, to honor America with the singing of our national anthem, please welcome, from the United States Marine Corps, Captain Sky Martin.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets regular, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Pearl Harbor, just 1 mile south and west of Aloha Stadium. Our coverage of the national anthem presented by USAA, the official military appreciation sponsor of the NFL. The Pro Bowl from Honolulu coming up next.
ESPN welcomes you to the following presentation of the National Football League.
83 degrees and sunny as we head down to the field for the coin toss.
Joining referee Pete Morelli to toss the coin is the commander of the U.S. Pacific Fleet, Admiral Scott Swift.
Welcome, man. The Pro Bowl logo is heads. The Arizona logo is tails. You're the visiting team. What's your call? Heads. Heads is the call. Heads it is. You've won the toss. You have the choice to go on offense, defense. Which goal do you want to defend? Go that way. All right, turn yourselves around. And we'll...
Michael Irvin's trying to process the wind here in the middle of this coin toss. Now we're straight. Here you go.
Home team will start on offense on the 25-yard line on this side of the field. Thank you. Good luck, man. Shake hands. Have a great game.
Team Rice. Jerry Rice's team is in white and coached by Andy Reid from the Kansas City Chiefs. 3 successful seasons with Kansas City. Got them that long sought-after playoff win over Houston before being eliminated by New England. And on the opposite side, the Green Bay Packer coaching staff is here, but Mike McCarthy had an intestinal bug and was hospitalized for a day, couldn't travel. So Winston Moss, who has been with the Packers since McCarthy started there in 2006, will be the head coach for that team. Dom Capers is here as well. He'll be the defensive coordinator. The full staffs of both teams are here, and the Pro Bowl coaching staffs are selected by the teams that lose on the divisional playoff round when we get down to the final 8 and have the best records. Thus Green Bay and Kansas City. So Team Rice will get the ball first, and their quarterbacks are Tyrod Taylor, Derek Carr, and Eli Manning. And Eli Manning will get to start things off here. John, one of the things we're always interested in, as Susie Colbert was alluding to in Countdown, will be eavesdropping on the quarterbacks calling plays as we go through the game. For some, they have to learn new terminology. Eli's been in a new offense the last 2 years, so the offense sounds familiar to him, and the numbers have been great for Manning with Ben McAdoo, the offensive coordinator, is now the Giants head coach going forward.
No doubt his individual statistics have been very impressive. The one statistic Eli wants to change is the one-loss record. Only 6 wins the last 2 seasons. But Eli Manning playing his best football, and he's got a couple receivers that he's very familiar with.
So Adrian Peterson there next to him. Odell Beckham Jr., obviously one of those receivers. Amari Cooper will be the other wide receiver to start this game for Team Rice in white, coached by Andy Reid. Team Irvin is in the gray and coached by the Green Bay staff. And Manning's first toss is Gary Barnidge, open in the middle of the field and across midfield. And the game starts with a gain of 28 yards.
Gary Barnidge, Mike, he's going to leak across the formation off of this play action pass and fool the underneath coverage. And Eli makes a beautiful throw for a big gain. Barnidge over 1,000 yards receiving for the Cleveland Browns, a first-year Pro Bowler. Nice start for Team Rice.
Barnidge here is a replacement for Rob Gronkowski. The 47-yard line. Manning's throw is Amari Cooper down the sideline. And Cooper will be knocked down inside the 25-yard line. Adam Jones from the Bengals missed the tackle.
Adam Jones read the short drop by Eli. He jumps his quick out. And when you gamble and don't get there, you can give up some big plays. And Amari Cooper, another first-time Pro Bowler. First time I've seen a Raider at wide receiver in the Pro Bowl in some time. Amari Cooper, a very impressive young wideout.
118. I said.
Gains of 28-23 now. Adrian Peterson with the carry, and he's pulled down. We're really wrapped up by Ziggy Ansah after the gain of a yard. So we told you that Adrian Peterson, Odell Beckham, Amari Cooper out there to start with Eli Manning. Gary Barnidge is one of the tight ends, and Travis Kelce is the other tight end. So a couple of tight end look with one back for Andy Reid's team here. You see the players up front: Joe Thomas, Joe Staley, Logan Mankins, Josh Sitton for the Packers.
27's to Sam. 27's to Sam. Good.
And Nick Mangold's the center. So it's New York, New York on the center quarterback exchange. And there's Adrian Peterson. Tracked down by Jarrell Casey of the Tennessee Titans. This Team Irvin defense, we've already heard from Ziggy Ansah out there on the field. Michael Bennett, Carlos Dunlap, and Geno Atkins, the other defensive men on the front. One of the great stories of this Pro Bowl, Navarro Bowman's out there at linebacker for Team Irvin. There's Navarro Bowman, who came off a very serious injury we remember from the NFC Championship game after the 2013 season. Missed all of 2014, played a whole bunch this year, and he's in the Pro Bowl. 3rd and 6 on the screen is sent to John Kuhn. And the Kuhn chant heard wherever the Packers play, including over here in Hawaii. As he gets it, he gets a first down.
You got Adrian Peterson. You have Doug Martin at running back. Why not throw a screen to John Kuhn of the Green Bay Packers? Knows just where the first down marker is. Decisive north-south running gets it done.
And this one of those strange bedfellows of the Pro Bowl, the way it's set up with no conference like a fantasy football draft. John Kuhn's doing that against his coaches, because the Team Irvin coaching staff is the Packers staff. Peterson on the run. He's pulled down by Geno Atkins with the tackle there. And the loss of a yard. Adrian Peterson, who won his 3rd rushing title this season, of course, missing the entire 2014 season after week 1. The child abuse charges that came back into the league and picked up right where he left off. 3rd rushing title of his career. Peterson actually had a good Pro Bowl back in 2007. He was the MVP of this game. Manning on 2nd and 10. That pass is incomplete as it was deflected, but hit the ground before Malcolm Jenkins could get a hand on it. Calais Campbell deflected it.
Well, Eli had Jarvis Landry of the Miami Dolphins in the slot running right down the seam. Got fooled. Looked like Landry got hung up a little bit on his release, and on 3rd down and 10, let's see if Team Irvin can get a pass rush.
A couple of Cincinnati Bengals who had good pass rushing seasons. Carlos Dunlap and Geno Atkins there. Manning moves on the run, throws to Peterson, who has it. He'll be pulled down at the 4-yard line. It'll be a first down. Richard Sherman tackling Adrian Peterson.
What a year he had again, Mike. Minnesota, one of the few run-it-first offenses left in pro football. They continue to feature the 30-year-old Adrian Peterson. And you said it, Mike. 3 rushing titles. He can run from a 2-back set. He can run from any formation you put out there. 1st and goal. Impressive opening drive by Team Rice.
180. That's it.
First and goal from the 4 here is Peterson trying to bounce it to the outside. Carlos Dunlap and Rashad Jones from the Bengals and the Dolphins respectively push him out of bounds. The one thing, and we saw this is actually a better first drive than last year's in terms of the tackling. The guys are very careful. They don't want to hurt anybody in this game. It's the difficulty of having an all-star football game. Last year, candidly, the first drive or 2 was an embarrassment. And the fans at University of Phoenix Stadium started booing. Here, at least, people have been wrapped up in their tackling.
No doubt, Mike. And in these tight red zone situations, keep an eye at the bottom of the screen. Beckham against Sherman.
Eli looking that way, and Kelsey comes across from his tight end spot and has the game's first touchdown.
All the attention goes to Odell Beckham, and you forget Kelsey, an outstanding route running tight end. You see Beckham show up from right to left, and Kelsey delivers the touchdown on the corner route. Well thrown by Eli. Andy Reid, and his first 15 he's known for, Mike. Had a nice hot script for this year's Pro Bowl.
He gets one to one of his guys in Kelsey. So last year in the Pro Bowl, they experimented with what was enacted during the season, moving the extra point back. But the kicks went to narrow goalposts. These are the regulation goalposts this year. And Josh Brown from the Giants, who's a replacement for Stephen Gostkowski, knocks it through. And Jerry Rice's team is on the board first, 7-0. The 2016 Pro Bowl is presented by USAA. Never stop being your family's protector with USAA Life Insurance. And in part by GMC. We are professional grade. We've seen this 1,000 times. The outrigger canoe been used for transportation in the islands for centuries. Look at that. We know that guy. That's Matt Kwok, who leads our great operations team, our senior ops producer, one of the get-it-done guys, as we welcome you back inside Aloha Stadium and the 2016 Pro Bowl presented by USAA. We know they're a hard-working group, but that's a different kind of hard work.
I did not know Matt Kwok could do that. That's impressive. Here's Russell Wilson. This will be fun anytime you get to see this man play quarterback.
4th year in the league and technically a 4-time Pro Bowler. Deep shot right away. Let's play ball downfield.
Oh, yes.
DeAndre Hopkins from the Houston Texans beats the rookie Marcus Peters. Big gain down to the 14-yard line.
Well, Peters, the rookie, led the NFL with 8 interceptions. Why not use a double move to start the game? Little stutter go on the outside, and DeAndre Hopkins continues to prove to the world it doesn't matter who plays quarterback when he's in the lineup. He's going to be productive. Great route.
Wasn't that the truth? All the quarterback issues Houston had this year. And he was 3rd in the league in receptions and yards. From the 14-yard line, Devontae Freeman gets the carry for the Atlanta Falcons. Minimal gain for him. I mentioned Wilson, John. The 2 times that Seattle played in the Super Bowl, he was selected for the Pro Bowl, couldn't come. Came his rookie year, so it's now 4 years and 4 Pro Bowls.
Amazing production, Mike. Over 4,000 passing, over 500 rushing, and 30-plus touchdowns. Never been done before, and he's just getting started.
For A.J. Green, only 1 foot down and incomplete as he was covered by Jason Verrett from San Diego.
Talked about it in the pregame. Team Irvin has big receivers, and Green is the biggest at 6'4". Just a simple fade route. Put the ball up high. Did he get them both in? Nope. Not today. But in these tight red zone situations, when you can get A.J. Green and DeAndre Hopkins out wide with Julio Jones in the slot, how good does life get?
Enjoy this team. 3rd and 10. Wilson will take another shot. Julio in both feet down for the touchdown. Julio Jones is able to reel one in.
How about that opening play calling by Edgar Bennett of the Packers? Go to Hopkins, go to Green, and then go to Julio Jones. Give it to him.
This is the team captained by Michael Irvin. And Michael told us during the draft at Wheeler Army Airfield that we had for you on ESPN2 midweek, I got big, tall receivers. I want to go downfield. And they did in that drive. And so we're in the Mike Tomlin mode here. We're going to go for 2.
Why not?
Early on.
And Tyler Eifert of the Bengals, who had 13 touchdowns, is isolated up top.
Wilson back shoulder for Green with Verrett covering, incomplete. And it will be a 7-6 lead for Team Rice. Eli Manning and Russell Wilson get us off to a good start here in Hawaii. Took 10 plays for Eli Manning to lead Team Rice down the field for a touchdown, and then Russell Wilson did it in 4 plays. The long pass to DeAndre Hopkins to start the touchdown to Julio Jones. Again, no touchdowns, or no kickoffs, I should say, after touchdowns. So they take over at the 25. And with the next-gen stats, you see the 11 on the field as Team Rice begins this drive. And the run for Doug Martin does not gain anything.
Well, Eli, like that opening script, got everybody involved. Gary Barnidge off the play action with the big gain. Then it's Amari Cooper with a quick throw to the outside. Then the touchdown to Jason Kelce in the red zone. Andy Reid has coached the Pro Bowl a lot, and he knows it's important to get all these all-stars involved. Great work by Eli and the head coach.
Kill it, kill it. Kill it, kill it.
They even have audibles in the Pro Bowl, Mike.
118. That's it.
From the 25, and Eli with the play fake, and he throws to Kelsey. And Adam Jones will wrap him up and bring him down. There's a penalty marker down. You heard the voice of Pete Morelli, veteran NFL referee. Andy's
Offside.
5th Pro Bowl, you mentioned, John.
Number 72. Defense, 5-yard penalty remains, 2nd down.
Andy Reid, 5 Pro Bowls, Mike, and as you were talking, Eli Manning, 183 consecutive starts, and all of those with Tom Coughlin. It's going to be very interesting to see the future of the Giants and how they look with Ben McAdoo as their new head coach.
It's 3rd all-time consecutive starts by a quarterback in league history, behind Brett Favre and his brother Peyton, who played in the Super Bowl a week from right now. And that streak with Tom Coughlin being the head coach for all 183 of those games. Longest of that kind in NFL history. It ends week 1 next year when Ben McAdoo is the Giants head coach. Penalty made at 2nd 5, and Sean Lee on the ricochet comes up with the interception and hands it off to Adam Jones, who gets pulled down by fellow Ohioan Joe Thomas. So the Giant picked off by a Cowboy, as Lee, who's back here in the Pro Bowl after an ACL injury in 2014, gets the interception. All right, you can help choose the Pro Bowl MVP. Get on the Twitter, John, hashtag Pro Bowl MVP, and put the player's first and last name. Way to do that. Interception by Sean Lee, who's here replacing Justin Houston of the Kansas City Chiefs. So the Dallas Cowboy gets the pick, and it's good field position for Team Irvin.
It's like Hawaii 5-0, Mike.
Oh, Sean Lee, number 50. Book him, Jono, from the 28-yard line. Russell Wilson, Team Irvin back at it, and it's Devontae Freeman for the Falcons getting the first down as he moves to the 17-yard line. Here's the turnover.
Well, it's one buck against another. You're going to see Levante David on the left side of your screen cover Doug Martin on this check down. There's going to be a deflection. The ball is tipped and intercepted by Sean Lee. One Buccaneer working against another, and Sean Lee of the Dallas Cowboys. What a comeback he has made this year from injury, Mike.
Good to see him back in the lineup. Freeman runs again to the 11-yard line. Devontae Freeman, 2nd year out of Florida State. He was a part of that national championship team at Florida State. And people thought maybe he'd be an NFL part-time back, but a very good 2nd season there. You see the yardage number, and he tied for the most rushing touchdowns in the league with 11, and earns his first Pro Bowl trip here in his 2nd season.
What I like about him the most is he can catch the football. His all-purpose yardage totals are very impressive. You can use them a lot of different ways.
2nd and 4 for Russell Wilson. Freeman runs it again to the right, and it's a yard shy of the first down. First Atlanta running back we've seen in the Pro Bowl, John, since Michael Turner 5 years ago.
Incredible start this year. Steven Jackson left town, and they gave the ball to Freeman, and what an impact he had in Atlanta. They were 6-1. He looked like he was going to win the rushing title, but they faded a little bit down the stretch, and I'm sure Freeman at this Pro Bowl is finding new ways to finish with his Pro Bowl teammates.
6-1 start, 2-7 finish. They finish 8-8. Freeman runs again. Aaron Donald had a arm on him, and Donald of the now Los Angeles Rams with the stop.
Rams in Los Angeles, known for that fearsome foursome, and Aaron Donald will make many Ram fans remember that crowd. This man can play. 20 sacks in his first 2 seasons, coming off an 11-sack season, and with Robert Quinn and Long, they have some formidable pass rushers in L.A.
Didn't get enough for the first down. It's 1st and goal, and Wilson's pass intended for Allen Robinson is broken up. Clay Matthews underneath, and in the back, Vontae Davis from Indianapolis, both in coverage.
Oh, Vontae Davis knows Robinson from the division. They see him twice a year, and Davis back in Honolulu as a Pro Bowl corner. Well known for his one-on-one coverage skills. 2nd and goal.
You like Allen Robinson. We'll talk about him as we go through the game. Number 15 for Jacksonville. Perhaps you didn't get to see a lot of him this year. Developing good chemistry with Blake Bortles for the Jaguars. Wilson out of the pocket. Freeman into the end zone for the touchdown.
Well, that's not what Elvis Dumervil wanted to do at the Pro Bowl. Dumervil is known as a pass rusher. That time he gets caught in coverage against a very good pass receiving back in Freeman. And Russell Wilson shows incredible ability in the pocket. He'll go for 2 again. He makes it look awful easy, Mike.
Way to go, Sean.
There's Edgar Bennett
Way to turn it around,
taking over the play calling in this year's Pro Bowl for the Packers. He's a Florida State alum. I wouldn't be surprised if he and Jameis Winston have something up their sleeve for later in this game.
Winston, the 3rd quarterback on this team. We'll see him in the 4th quarter in all likelihood. 2nd time going for 2, and Wilson to Julio Jones. There is a little bit of confusion in the coverage, and it's an easy 2. Russell Wilson finds the man who tied the league lead. Passes caught. Julio Jones. Russell Wilson just scored. Eli Manning trying to match. Eli Manning, Anquan Bolden to the 49ers, and Benjamin Watson to the Saints are the 3 Walter Payton Man of the Year finalists. And the winner will be named in the NFL Honors Show coming up Saturday night over on CBS, part of Super Bowl weekend. But congratulations to those 3. The great, impactful community work carrying on the legacy of the late Hall of Famer Walter Payton. Pass by Eli intended for Travis Kelce is incomplete. Let's talk to the Pro Bowl alumni captain, Michael Irvin. Michael, I know you're stomping down the sidelines. Michael, it's Mike and John up here in the booth. You guys are off to an aggressive start, Michael.
We do not have to make it a close game.
He took his earpiece out, John.
Imagine that.
We told him we were going to talk to him, but Michael often has a conversation no matter if anyone's listening or not. So his answer was just fine. We'll talk to Michael a little bit later on. Eli Manning's 2nd down pass to Adrian Peterson, who's up the sideline, a gain of about 4. Derek Johnson knocks him out. John, I can't imagine Derek Johnson a year ago was thinking he'd be in the Pro Bowl as he was trying to battle back after the Achilles injury week 1 of 2014.
Incredible. He led the Chiefs in tackles. He and Eric Berry, who came back from cancer, 2 of the great stories in pro football to me. And you already saw Sean Lee intercept the pass. There's another player that came off a terrible injury, Navarro Bowman. A lot of great stories in this year's Pro Bowl from some great players.
3rd and 6, and they get to Manning. Quick whistle on the sack for Michael Bennett, who did that a career-high 10 times this past season.
Way to go,
Michael Bennett's first Pro Bowl. He should have been here before. This man, perhaps the most versatile defensive lineman in football, going to come off the right side. Little stunt right there, which is totally legal, but Bennett has played a lot of different positions for this Seahawk defense, and he lives right here in Honolulu. Mike, he's been one of the favorites on this roster. I know the players have been looking him up for reservations, and great football player.
Well, as we said, each quarter with unique timings, and there's a 2-minute warning for each quarter. This is the 2 minutes for the first. Remind you, for the first time, the Super Bowl is on ESPN Deportes, so you can catch Super Bowl 50, 6:30 Eastern on ESPN Deportes and ESPN Deportes Radio on Sunday, 1 week from now. And of course, our friends at CBS will have the game. Jim Nantz and Phil Simms, Super Bowl 50 in Santa Clara. What a year it was for Johnny Hecker from the Rams. His punt was hit and fair caught by Darren Sproles at the 36-yard line. Russell Wilson's led his team to 2 early touchdowns.
Been very impressive. And he's got some arsenal to throw to. First play of the game, he goes deep on a double move to DeAndre Hopkins of the Houston Texans. And then it's Julio Jones at the back pylon for 6. Here he resets, hits Freeman of the Atlanta Falcons for his 2nd touchdown pass. And Russell Wilson making a bid for this year's MVP already, Mike.
Off to a great start. Let me remind everyone, what happens here with these timing rules, the ball changes hands after the quarter. So you're going to see, in all likelihood, Team Irvin jump into a 2-minute drill. They have 2 timeouts. If they don't use a timeout, it can carry over to the next quarter. Wilson is chased, and he goes down after a gain of about 3 yards. Everson Griffin chased him down. What a year it was for Russell, the 4,000 yards and 34 touchdown passes, and the impressive rushing total, 553 rushing yards that he had. This one falls out of his hands as he tries to pass it, and it is ruled incomplete. That's the second time in a row Everson Griffin, and this is what he was doing the last time these two guys were on a field when Minnesota played Seattle in the wild card game.
Go back to Russell Wilson, Mike. A couple years ago, they trade a first-round pick to get Percy Harvin in Seattle. That didn't work out. This year, they traded a #1 pick to get Jimmy Graham, and Graham got hurt, but Russell Wilson still puts up numbers like that. It's astonishing production, given those circumstances.
This is 3rd down. He is flushed and chased out of the pocket by Gerald McCoy of the Buccaneers, and he throws it incomplete. So it's back-to-back 3-and-outs for both teams with 1:04 to go.
I like Gerald McCoy, Tampa Bay Buccaneers, one of the better inside pass rushers we have. He's working with Aaron Donald of the Rams. That time, you see the pass deflection by Everson Griffin. That was 2 plays ago, but McCoy, an outstanding player, has had a lot of injuries this year. He battled through them, and he's in his 4th Pro Bowl.
Very great time talking to Sam Cook, the punter from the Ravens, is going to kick it now to Tyler Lockett of Seattle. He has more different ways to kick the ball and very tough to catch, and Lockett runs up and makes the fair catch at the 22-yard line with 55 seconds left. I know you had fun talking to him about all the different ways that he kicks the ball and tries to make it difficult for those return guys.
Yes, I did. It's amazing all the clubs that Sam Cook can kick. And special teams coach Ron Zook came over and got me off the practice field. I was interfering with his practice.
I was right there with you, too.
Here's another Oakland Raider, Mike. Derek Carr, 24 years old. What a start to his career. In 2 seasons, 53 touchdown passes. Only Dan Marino has thrown more in his first 2 seasons. And this kid can do the one thing that Al Davis would have loved. He can throw it deep.
Carr earning the trip here, replacing Aaron Rodgers. And passing for his teammate Amari Cooper is a flag down as Navarro Bowman comes in to get the interception. The route was jumped, but I think we're going to have a pass interference flag on Richard Sherman.
Pass interference, number 25, defense. Automatic first down.
He saw this the whole way. He saw the short drop by Carr. He knew it was a slant pattern. Let's see if he got there early. He doesn't think so. Slant route, left side of your screen. Awful close to me. I think that's good defense. Big first down for Team Rice, and they need to get back in this football game.
Again, remember,
even though they're down 7.
It feels worse. Possession flips after this quarter, so only 48 seconds remaining to do something with it. Carr tries the middle of the field, and that one's knocked down inside by Carlos Dunlap. 13.5 sacks. He set a record for the Bengals since they started counting sacks as an official stat.
It's Carlos Dunlap, all-time sack leader of the Cincinnati Bengals. A lot of these pass rushers in this game have length, Mike. They can spread their arms at over 7 feet, and Dunlap, with that wingspan, has been able to knock passes down. It certainly assists him in his pass rush.
Got one of the best guys in terms of that measurement in the league in Ziggy Ansah from Detroit, top of the screen. And Andy Reid's team, Team Rice.
Timeout. Home team.
Takes a timeout. Pete Morelli's just bailing. He's saying home team instead of trying to figure it out.
Stay there.
So, John, let's talk about this for a minute because we have a lot of different players who are not here. 42 replacements from the original Pro Bowl selections. And it's a dilemma that I think everyone has to address going forward. This is such a physical game. There's so much invested in the players. Can you have a true all-star game? Actually, quality of this first quarter is better than the quality we saw last year in Arizona.
I think a lot of it has to do with 36 first-year Pro Bowl players. They want to go out here and prove they belong. They're going to compete a little bit harder, I think, because they're new to this and they want to prove they belong here.
180. What's up?
This is 2nd and 10. And Carr flings it out to Doug Martin, who makes the grab, and Doug Martin pinballs off a couple of tackles and gets about 8 yards with only 32 seconds left here. Andy Reid's team will take their last time out of this quarter. 31 is where the clock is stopped. I think it's a two-way conversation here. What's the future of the Pro Bowl as you get a lot of the players who haven't come over? I think the league and the players union have to work together.
Here, remind the guys to get out of bounds here. It's 2-minute mode. Get out of bounds.
Listening to the communications with the quarterback.
All right, we got zebra personnel. Let's go gun, doubling right, run, gun, doubling right, pepper, run past pepper, all lightning.
We got gun, doubling right, run past pepper, all lightning.
We have some 8 to 10 yard hook routes on the outside. They're going to fake a running play.
Start for folks with what zebra personnel means.
Zebra is 1 back and 1 tight end, 3 receivers. Don't ask me why.
3rd and 2. Carr gets away from the would-be sack. Bowman slides towards his legs. Jarvis Landry's downfield. Odell Beckham wanted him to pitch the ball to him. It is down there with 16 seconds left, but the clock is running. They actually have to run up and clock it here because this is like the end of a quarter. Now, for some reason, the clock has stopped, and now it is properly restarted. And they'll clock it, and they'll have a chance to get to the end zone or kick a field goal, whichever they choose, with 6 seconds remaining.
Derek Carr made one of those awkward delivery throws under intense pressure. And I think Michael Bennett and a couple of these Team Irvin defenders pulled off on him. But what a great throw by Carr. And it sets Andy Reid's team up for perhaps one quick play before time expires. I thought we might see Dan Bailey, the great field goal kicker, here.
And the Dallas Cowboys, as accurate as any kicker in the league through the start of his career.
What's up?
This will be the final play here, so it's got to be an end zone shot. And Amari Cooper, Sherman goes up to defend it along with Malcolm Jenkins, and the quarter comes to an end. And Team Irvin will get the ball. So after 1 quarter here at the Pro Bowl, Michael Irvin's team on top of Jerry Rice's team. Almost a tie game, but Sherman is up there to knock it away from Cooper. It is a little windy, John.
It is nice here.
It's
really nice. I hate to leave.
Yeah, temperature has been in the upper 70s, lower 80s throughout the week. Players have enjoyed it. Team alumni captains as well. Michael Irvin one side, Jerry Rice on the other. We begin the 2nd quarter at the Pro Bowl. Mike Tirico, John Gruden, and Lisa Salters with you. So because possession changes at the start of the new quarter, it is Team Irvin taking over from their own 25. And Allen Robinson has a pass from Wilson, and he's off to the races. Robinson gains about 50, and they open the 2nd quarter the way they started their first play of this Pro Bowl.
That was a beautiful bullet from Russell Wilson. Clay Matthews, left side of your screen, in hot pursuit. That ball fit between Woodson and Matthews, and there's Robinson. Quietly had 1,400 yards receiving, 31 catches of over 20 yards. That led pro football. They haven't had a deep threat like this in Jacksonville since Jimmy Smith. I liked Allen Robinson. He's just 22 years old.
Wilson, that bullet pass to A.J. Green completed to the 21. What is it, John, that you like so much about the Jaguars' second-year man out of Penn State?
He's not running bubble screens and quick screens. This man is going down the field, much like Michael Irvin, who's standing down there with him. He can go up and get the ball. He's got great hang time. He's very good after the catch, and they trust him on the backside of these trips formations, and he goes to work on people. I like the way he competes.
He led the league at 31 catches of 20 yards or more this season. As Russell Wilson in full ad-lib mode. He's as good at that as anyone. Finds the rookie Todd Gurley from the Rams for a first down at the 13-yard line.
Well, he's a concert of continuous movement. His feet never set. Watch Wilson with his eyes downfield. His feet continue to move. He keeps that ball in a throwing position. He does a great job. He's not the tallest quarterback, but he creates vision with his ability to move in the pocket. Fun to watch.
For the 13, it will be Todd Gurley, one of the 5 rookies in this Pro Bowl, with a 3-yard run to the 10-yard line.
Gurley's another back that has made an amazing recovery. It's unbelievable how so many of these athletes overcome serious injuries in such a short period of time. Mike, he had over 1,000 yards. He missed the first 2 games. He missed the last game of the season with a turf toe. Here's another star headed to L.A. They must be excited about the Rams coming back to Los Angeles.
Wilson from the 10. Gurley out of the backfield, off a tackle and into the end zone for a touchdown.
Well, he shakes the tackle of Bobby Wagner, and Russell Wilson, just like that, has 3 touchdown passes here in the first half. Just a simple check down. You're going to see 54. Bobby Wagner miss a tackle. He fails to wrap up, and Todd Gurley can run it, can catch it. Impressive young back. Nice work.
This is what we do, baby.
Big plays, Mike, for Team Irvin. They've got 3 plays of over 40 yards already. Hopkins, Robinson. Impressive work.
As Manny talked about earlier, great kicker from Dallas, Dan Bailey. His extra point is good. We have a penalty flag on the play.
Nice. Outside defense. Penalty will be enforced on the kickoff. Timeout.
There's no kickoff, so we'll see if they get it at the 30. Russell Wilson, 12 passes, 3 of them for touchdowns.
What out there? Come on, man.
And Michael Irvin's captain team leads Jerry Rice's team 21-7. Irvin can still get up there. 2016 Pro Bowl presented by USAA is brought to you by NFLShop.com. Find the largest selection of Super Bowl 50 gear and other products at the official store of the NFL. Lynn's Lace Shop, been making beautiful lace in Honolulu's Chinatown for more than 20 years. They supplied all the lace for this year's Pro Bowl. You look at Aloha Stadium from SpiderCam. Our coverage from SpiderCam brought to you by DirecTV. Aggressive start here for Michael Irvin's team. They lead 21-7 over Jerry Rice's captain team. Derek Carr of the Raiders is in. We're going to talk to Michael Irvin right after this play. 180. The penalty pushes them back 5 yards. So they start from the 20, and Carr's pass is overthrown and incomplete, looking for Travis Kelce. So, Michael, this is the start you wanted.
Yes, it is the start we wanted. We talked about this as a team, as a unit, about being aggressive. That's why we went for 2 points early on to get the touchdown. We want them to know that we are here to play football.
I was going to ask you about your inner Mike Tomlin there that you were channeling, going for 2 down here.
And what it's about right now, allowing these guys to put all of their great gifts that God has given them on display. And you can do that by being aggressive because you got the best team God built right here that I put together.
I thought you played on the best team that God ever built, Michael.
Oh, yeah. now I'm captain of this team God ever built. That's exactly what it is, man. Really, though, look at the talent I have on this football field, man. It's an incredible group of guys. And I told these guys, I got a chance to meet all of their parents. And so we pick guys with substance in them and then have opportunity to meet all of their parents and the sisters and brothers to find the people that put that substance in them. Let's make sure we make them proud tonight on this field, and they're doing it so far.
All right, I'll let you take your earpiece back out. We'll talk to you later on, all right?
All right, guys.
All right, Michael, have fun.
Keep playing it, baby. Keep playing it. We don't have, let's keep it down.
3rd and 8, here's Carr. Odell Beckham tried to make a one-hander, and Rashad Jones buzzing over, breaks it up. And it's 3 and out for Team Rice.
I like Rashad Jones of the Miami Dolphins. He can play in the box. He can play deep. They're trying to get Beckham down the field. He got the good release on Richard Sherman, but Rashad Jones from center field read his eyes beautifully, and good to see him in the Pro Bowl. He had that kind of season in South Florida for Miami.
Yeah, he ended up being a replacement, John, but on further inspection, his season was very, very good, as was Johnny Hekker. Look at that net punting average. The man has set the all-time league record a few years ago, and he's a high school quarterback, so he's throwing the fake, and he threw it complete for the first down to Tyler Lockett. We knew that was coming at some point, and he can still throw it pretty well.
Andy Reid probably just heard your interview with Team Irvin and says, well, we're going to get right back in this with a fake punt. You don't see a lot of fake punts in an all-star game, but there's Lockett beating his teammate Richard Sherman on a beautiful comeback route. Lockett, what a story he is. Not only is he a rookie, but he touched the ball 125 times for Seattle. He did it as a kick returner, a punt returner, a wide receiver, and Andy Reid trying to get back in this game with some trickery. I like it.
Hekker for 2 years was a high school quarterback in the Seattle area.
180. What's up?
Showing that off there. So Carr goes back to the air. And John Kuhn with the catch. And he completes that. Mentioned Hekker, server in Seattle. 6 of 10 in his NFL career he is passing.
94 week. Just regular. Green left, 94 week.
Yo, green left, 94 week. I want green left, 94 week.
We're running the ball here, right?
Be an I formation. They're going to run the ball right off the right side. Doug Martin behind John Kuhn.
180. What's up?
There goes the Bucks back. Navarro Bowman, Derek Johnson over there to bring him down.
Doubling under center, double wing right, 2 jet, all go from under center. Remember your back.
Here we go. Let's do one. Under center, double wing right, 2 jet, all go.
Everybody at home should know this one. 4 verticals. Beckham at the top, T.Y. Hilton at the bottom. It'll be Landry and Barnage in the slot. Don't forget the back, Doug Martin over the ball.
We should know that because that's one of your favorite plays. Are you trying to tell everybody at home?
4 verticals, you got to love it in an all-star game because
ball start,
you see a lot of 3 deep zone.
Offense, 5-yard penalty, still first down.
Let's talk about plays and plays that we see a lot of in the NFL. You talk about 4 verticals and all go, receivers going downfield. Why has that become a play we see so often in the NFL now, John?
Well, with all the running quarterbacks and bubble screens, you see defenses playing more 3 deep zone. And in a history of time, one of the best plays to beat a 3 deep zone is send 4 receivers vertical. That's why you see so much of it. You're going to see a lot of it today as well.
What's up?
From the 37, there they go vertically down the field. And in the middle, it was Landry, who's underthrown, and Dominique Rodgers-Cromartie catches it, fumbles it. It's not picked up by Harrison Smith. Doug Martin seems to be the one on it. And it looks like it'll be a first down. Landry hustled back to knock it away.
Well, it's all go. And the corner at the bottom of the screen, Dominique Rodgers-Cromartie, he's going to try to midpoint both of these verticals. Watch him play both routes at the bottom of the screen. And he reads the quarterback all the way and has the easy interception. And with a 21-7 lead, that fumble, costly. But Derek Carr has been read like a book twice here in the second quarter.
What's up?
Good job by Jarvis Landry, intended receiver, to force the fumble. Carr scrambling, gets contact, and as he puts it up towards T.Y. Hilton, and on the deflection with Richard Sherman there helping break it up. The pass is incomplete. Harrison Smith also down there in coverage.
Richard Sherman hasn't seen this much work ever. They're throwing fake punts at him. Here's Derek Carr on a scramble play, throwing the ball down the field against Richard Sherman, number 25. Normally, the big corner goes up and makes these plays, but you see Landry come in to break it up. Not a lot of rhythm in this offense in the last 3 possessions.
And timeout taken by Andy Reid's team. They'll have 1 left as each team.
Team Rice, first team timeout.
Starts the quarter with 2, but Team Irvin has 3 to use here in the second because they didn't use one of them back in that first quarter. Well, Odell Beckham Jr. has made a big splash in the NFL's first couple of seasons. So too is LSU teammate Jarvis Landry. We dug this up as we got ready for their Monday night head-to-head with Miami and the Giants. Their in-practice great grabs at LSU where those one-handers got started. Watch the lefty Landry. Fly ball is going back to get, bring it in like that. So certainly they were having a lot of fun at the Pro Bowl practices as well as they ended up on the same team and they were entertaining some of the fans who came out up on the North Shore of Hawaii for the Pro Bowl practices. John, they've really taken that one-hand thing to a true art form.
No doubt. And DeAndre Hopkins of the Houston Texans, another one-handed artist. These gloves these receivers wear certainly help.
Offside by Bennett. Carr steps up, puts it downfield. T.Y. Hilton between Sherman and Smith for the touchdown. T.Y. TD.
How about that throw by Derek Carr? He gets a free play because Michael Bennett is offsides.
Offside, number 72, defense. Penalties decline. Result of the play, touchdown.
He flicked that ball 55 yards on a dime. And T.Y. Hilton, right down the seam he goes between Harrison Smith and Richard Sherman. You can't throw the ball any better than that.
A 51-yard touchdown to T.Y. Hilton. Hilton, who replaced Larry Fitzgerald of the Arizona Cardinals.
That's where you grab your young quarterback and you say, hey, that's one of the greatest throws in Pro Bowl history right there. Nice shot to put Team Rice right back in his game.
Well, John, this play is being reviewed. We do have instant replay available to us at the Pro Bowl. It's just
what are we reviewing?
If he had the ball and had a body part down and maintained control through the catch. You remember all those buzzwords?
Yes, I
do. You didn't
do.
forget them all in 2 weeks, did you?
Let's see if Hilton has control and completes the process.
See right there at the back end?
It's going to come back. We don't have Jerry Austin up here with us, so I'm going to...
You're on your own, that's right.
Be on my own, but I think this is coming back. I don't think he completed the process.
The VP of officiating, Dean Blandino, is here and doing the reviews on site.
The process of the receiver going to the ground to an incomplete pass. Since there's an offside on the play prior to it, the offside will be enforced. 5-yard penalty, still second down.
That's still one of the best passes in the Pro Bowl history. It just won't show up on the stat sheet, but
it was pretty good.
Richard Sherman is telling Harrison Smith, hey, this kid can throw the rock. There's Dean Blandino. Nice work there. Getting that call correct.
The lead VP of officiating is doing the replay chores on site here. So go back to 21-7. This Pro Bowl returning to Hawaii. It's the 35th time in the last 37 years that we've been in Honolulu for the Pro Bowl. We did the 2 that were back in the Continental 48 in Miami in 2010 and just outside of Phoenix in Glendale in 2015. And the one thing we noticed as we arrived here for the game is so many fans wearing a bunch of different uniforms, some of the NFL team jerseys. And fans over here love their sports, love their football, and used to look forward to the Pro Bowl coming every year, and it has not been here in 2 years. So there are a lot of folks who were truly excited. You can obviously, you can't cover it up. It's an all-star game. It's truly an exhibition. There's nothing on the line. It's not the most physical football game you see. But for the fans who watch on TV religiously, they get up here
Right back on track. Boy, that hurt me right there.
early in the morning and watch the 8 a.m. games on Sundays. They are really thrilled to see some of the best in the league. As the buses were coming by, people were waving and saying hi, snapping pictures. So it's cool for the folks in Hawaii to get the NFL back in their state.
Hey, Tampa. 180. Where's the hot?
Derek Carr with this hard count has drawn a couple of offsides here.
And false starts. That time is going to go against Andy Reid's team. But we have a conference.
False start, number 87. Offense, 5-yard penalty, remains second down.
And John, you talked about Carr earlier. In 2 years, he's really helped Oakland. I feel like they have a base and a foundation they keep building upon and building upon. What are the things you saw in him that were his growth areas this year for the Raiders?
Well, he's progressing in all areas, Mike. He's doing more at the line of scrimmage, but they've improved the supporting cast. You're going to see Murray, the running back here. You see Amari Cooper at the bottom of the screen. They've got a number of quality players. It's a credit to the Raider organization.
7-9 season for Oakland this year. Throwing towards Beckham, covered by Sherman. And that pass is incomplete. John alluded to it when he came out. The 53 touchdown passes in his first 2 NFL seasons, second only to Dan Marino. And again, a more prolific passing era, but still an impressive total. It makes you appreciate how great Marino was when he came out in Pittsburgh.
I spent some time in Oakland. They have a history of great quarterbacks. I had Rich Gannon, coached him here in the Pro Bowl. Kenny Stabler, Darryl LaMonica. Carr is the 7th Raider to represent the silver and black here, and production speaks for itself.
3rd and 10, and throwing for Travis Kelce, who is going to hold on despite being hit by Harrison Smith. As Anthony Barr of the Vikings, his Minnesota teammate, was in coverage underneath. The gain is 26 for Kelce.
Kelce running a corner route on the left side of your screen. Kansas City hasn't had a tight end with this dynamic receiving ability since Tony Gonzalez left town. He went up between 2 defenders to make an impressive catch. What I love about Kelce is what he does after the catch. Over 1,000 yards after the catch in his first 2 seasons as a pro. And he just re-signed, got paid well. He deserves it.
The challenge flag has been thrown on the Team Irvin side.
Team Irving is challenging the previous ruling of a completed catch. Timeout.
John, if you have to sit through replay review challenges, no better place to do it than Hawaii.
No doubt. Just bring your sunscreen.
Let's see if Kelce held on to it through the process as he was hit. Reminder, you can help us choose the Pro Bowl MVP. Tweet hashtag Pro Bowl MVP. No spaces in there. Hashtag Pro Bowl MVP, and then the player's first and last name. Pete Morelli has the call on the replay review.
After reviewing the play, the ruling on the field is confirmed. Team Irving will be charged a timeout and a challenge. First down.
I thought it was his feet and his back hit the ground.
That knee was down first, so this drive continues. Team Rice trying to get back to within 7 in this 3rd year of unconference. In the first year, Jerry Rice captain team beat Deion Sanders by 1. Last year, Michael Irvin beat Chris Carter captain team by 4. On the handoff, it is Doug Martin inside the 10. It'll be 1st and goal for Team Rice.
I like Doug Martin. Had some injury problems the last 2 seasons. You see the 1,400 yards. Made a lot of runs of over 20 yards. That's what the great backs have to do. They got to be able to rip off some long runs. And Martin is a very good receiver. Almost 1,700 yards of total offense. He's going to be a free agent. I think it's very important that Tampa re-signs Doug Martin.
This is offensive coordinator Dirk Cutter will become the head coach in Tampa as he replaces Lovie Smith. Martin looking for the inside run at the 8. Nothing there. The quick whistle and wrapped up by Atkins. Second, John, to Adrian Peterson in rushing in the NFL this past season and a selection for the Pro Bowl. He's not a replacement here, so He joins Warrick Dunn, the only Buccaneer running back selected to multiple Pro Bowls, as he makes his second appearance here this year.
Very good player. Like to be his agent. Critical that Tampa brings Martin home. Here we are, second down.
His teammate Jameis Winston's on the other team.
What's up?
Here today, Team Irvin is towards Landry and incomplete. Desmond Trufant from the Falcons.
Let's see what Andy Reid has for us on third down. Let's get a listen.
All right, here we go. Hey, let's do the same thing, but let's go patch. Let's go zebra, gun, double wing, left snug, 23 scat, Z Tampa with the patch.
They try to get Kelce to the corner at the bottom of the screen. And they're going to use Amari Cooper and Jarvis Landry at the top of the formation in a slot combination. And Carr will pick a side based on what he sees.
What's up?
On third and goal, he looks Kelce, who secures it for his second touchdown catch of this first half.
Kelce, a dynamic receiver, and Andy Reid knows it. Thought he was going to run a corner route, but he broke it back to the post and beat Navarro Bowman for the touchdown, and another beautiful throw by Carr. If you go back and replay the throw of Carr to Hilton, Carr to Kelce, and Carr to Kelce again, you're impressed with Derek Carr.
You can see some of the fun. It's a Raider and a Chief getting along and enjoying being teammates. After the 51-yard touchdown pass to Hilton was overturned. Team Rice takes a few more plays, replay challenge, gets it down the field and makes this a 7-point game. So after we're done here at Aloha Stadium, John Anderson and John Buccigross will have Sports Center, recap of that rainy day at Torrey Pines, the tennis over the weekend in Australia, wrap up the X Games, and the Hockey All-Stars in Nashville, where John Scott, much of the controversy, ended up winning the MVP of the game. Also USA Soccer in action, a high-scoring affair. Sports Center at night coming up after the game. Teddy Bridgewater of the Minnesota Vikings is the quarterback. He's throwing for Julio Jones. He couldn't get it there, and it's intercepted by Marcus Peters, the rookie from the Kansas City Chiefs, who is just bumped out of bounds by A.J. Green. And that underthrown pass is going to give Team Rice an opportunity to tie the game.
Oh, they double move Peters on the first play of the game. They tried it one too many times. Great work by the rookie.
A lot of happy weekends Chiefs fans around the country, in large part because of Marcus Peters. 8 interceptions, tied for the league lead this year, and just got one there.
Well, they went after him on the first play of the game on a double move, and one thing I love about Peters is he just keeps coming back. That's what the great corners do. They don't fall apart when they give up a play. They just keep playing, and Peters has done that all year.
Peters, Tyler Lockett, Amari Cooper on this side. Team Rice, 3 of the 5 rookies in the game. This is Chris Ivory from the Jets. And some people don't like to tackle the Pro Bowl. They never like to tackle this guy. Gain of 16 for a first down. Selfie stick is out on the Team Rice sideline.
Here's Ivory. Led the AFC in rushing. He's just going to bend this back to his right for a huge gain. Punishing style of running. I think Ivory just ran out of gas late in the season, and it hurt the Jets, Mike.
Yeah.
They missed Ivory late in the season.
Especially week 17 in Orchard Park. Carr's pass is intercepted. Jarrell Casey got pulled down by Joe Thomas. Or else we would have had a big man running with a convoy down the field. Michael Bennett deflected the pass by Carr.
Watch it. Bennett is going to deflect the ball. Casey opportunistic on the interception, but once again it's Michael Bennett of the Seahawks. It's all the things that he does. We talk about it all season, the factor grade of a defensive end. It's not just sacks, batted balls, pressures, tackles for loss. Michael Bennett can do it from any position on the defensive line, and that's a huge stop in the red zone for Team Irvin.
Earning his way to the Pro Bowl this year, Jurrell Casey, who has not had an interception in his 79 NFL games during the regular season, had one. Actually went up and made a nice catch, Casey, on that one, by the way, before Joe Thomas pulled him down.
Let's see if Bridgewater can get something going with the 2-minute drill looming.
Jurrell Casey replaced Kawann Short, part of that terrific defensive front for Carolina, getting set for the Super Bowl against Denver. 2-minute warning here in Honolulu.
Welcome back to Hawaii. I'm with Pro Bowl buddies Odell Beckham Jr. and Jarvis Landry. Jarvis, you have one catch. Odell, you have none. I came all this way. What's going on with y'all?
We just getting started. Got a lot of game to go, and there's no doubt in my mind that this man right here gonna do his thing.
Come on, Odell. What you got for us?
We just out here having fun right now. You know, things are starting to pick up a little bit, and I'm sure that the second half will be more interesting.
Tell me about when you guys first met. Did you become fast friends right away, or did it take some time?
I think we instantly clicked. You know, we always heard about each other, but having the opportunity to finally meet each other, you know, at a 7-on-7 in Alabama and play together, we realized that together, man, you know, we're kind of unstoppable. So, and the rest is history, honestly.
You guys have always said that you push each other, that you compete as brothers. How do you push each other?
It's difficult to explain, but in a way, you know, it's after my game or during my game, I'm looking up at the scoreboard to see, you know, what the Dolphins did. I want to see that Jay Landry and 9 receptions, 150 yards, and a touchdown. You know, that's what we look for, is because it's like, okay, you know what I mean? It gives you that extra motivation to go out there and make plays.
We want to see both those numbers from both of you. Second half, can we get some of that?
Absolutely. No doubt. No doubt.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Have a good second half.
Lisa, thank you. Odell Beckham Jr. was one of the captains, active captains of the two teams, and Eli Manning said, Odell, better draft me on Team Rice if you want to see the ball next year with the Giants. We'll certainly see it no matter what, but Eli is on this team, likely done for the day. Minute left here. Teddy Bridgewater pass is complete, and Julio Jones is pushed out of bounds by Vontae Davis. First down. So out of practice, a lot of fun, right? So we get little GoPro cams on guys, put one on Odell's head, put one on his hand. Watch some of these catches. Thing of beauty.
Like he's catching frisbees, Mike.
Good.
Hey, some of these are amazing. I don't know how he does it. I'd like to see him do it without the gloves. That's the next test I want to see from Beckham. Take the gloves off. I'd like to see Bridgewater do the same thing.
Teddy Bridgewater. Second reaction play, puts it up for grabs. It's underthrown. A.J. Green. Great jump ball guy goes up and gets it inside the 10 at the 7-yard line.
That's what A.J. Green has done throughout his career. You got to have a bad ball receiver. You're running down the field. There's a poorly thrown ball. It's up for grabs. Who wants it? And it's 6'4". A.J. Green continues to get away with some push-offs. I thought he got away with one there, Mike. But what a vertical and what a reach he has. Nice work.
Starts off with a 5-inch height advantage over Brent Grimes. They're matched up again, bottom of the screen. Bridgewater goes underneath to Delaney Walker, former 49er, led by a wide margin the Tennessee Titans in receptions. Out of bounds with 36 seconds left.
Delaney Walker, really the only target the Tennessee Titans had this year. Had over 1,000 yards receiving, over 90 catches. I don't know if another Tennessee Titan even had 40 catches. But he deserves to be here. The former 49er has done it all throughout his career. Been on special teams. Finally gets a shot to play in front of his peers here at the Pro Bowl.
He's here replacing Super Bowl bound Greg Olsen, who's been so instrumental in Carolina's success. Bridgewater over the middle, and it's a touchdown for Darren Sproles.
Nice look off by Teddy Bridgewater. He looked to his right, flashed the football, and just flicked it to Sproles for the touchdown. Watch Bridgewater look to his right. He moves Bobby Wagner just enough to get Darren Sproles over the football for a 2-score lead. Darren Sproles, nice luxury back to have in this game. He can return it. He can come in and be your third down back very quick.
Yeah, great luxury. You can take that special teams or return player and use them on the offensive half. Both Lockett and Sproles on each side provide that. Dan Bailey boots the extra point. Shout out to John Weeks, who's the long snapper from the Houston Texans, who's working with Dan Bailey and Sam Cook, the specialist on Team Irvin.
Great drive. Way to make it count.
Toyota halftime is coming up. Chris Berman right here with us in Aloha Stadium. We'll get you through the Super Bowl interviews. We're speaking with Peyton Manning and Trey Wingo speaking with Cam Newton as the quarterbacks get set for next Sunday in Santa Clara and Super Bowl 50. That's all coming up on the Toyota halftime. 32 seconds left. Team Irvin leading by 14. And Team Rice with little time with which to work. And Team Irvin will get the ball to start the third quarter.
Looks like Jerry Rice is texting a few plays. It's a couple ideas. Might have some ideas. That was he good. Wow.
180. Let's hit.
Carr, the underneath throw to Ivory. Lavonte David from the Buccaneers pulls him down. First down gain to the 35-yard line. Timeout taken with 24 seconds left. 36 will be the yard line gain.
Let's see if we can get a listener, get a feel for what Andy Reid is thinking here in this situation. They got to try to get something on the board before the half. Look at that sideline sheet for a Pro Bowl. I was out to dinner the other night with Andy Reid. I got to peek at that game plan a little bit. I just was amazed.
Gun red left, 25 double bench. Gun red left, 25 double bench.
I like it. 25 double bench. It's going to be a split backfield set, and both wide receivers are going to run 20-yard bench patterns. They're going to run toward their sideline to stop the clock.
Casino game show sound you hear every time we hear the play calls, part of the communication system from the play callers into the quarterbacks. John Kuhn, though his team was out of timeouts, gets out of bounds. 17 seconds left.
And that's good defense by Team Irvin. They know that you're going to try and target the sideline area down the field. Don't let them have those throws. Force them to check the ball down that time. Kuhn is able to stop the clock. Same play. Split backs. Hilton at the top of the screen and Jarvis Landry at the bottom are going to try to run 20-yard sideline patterns.
180.
Remember, you're not allowed to play nickel, so it's a game where the tight ends are working against linebackers. Underneath it is Ivory gets hit by Dominique Rodgers-Cromartie. That is giant on jet crime there. Again, as soon as Rodgers-Cromartie made the hit, he's like, I'm sorry. Sorry.
12 seconds left here on third down. Don't be surprised if Derek Carr airs one out. Seen a couple Hail Marys hit this season. Obviously, Aaron Rodgers. X-Dagger at the top of the screen. They're going to clear it out with Landry in the slot. They're going to try to get Lockett at the top of the screen on a deep end.
X is the receiver. Receivers in the West Coast offense have letter designations. Kelsey, they're out of timeouts. He's got to get out of bounds. He won't. And the half will come to an end. I thought they were out of timeouts. No, they are out of timeouts. They took one, but they're out of them. So what should happen here is you're not granted that timeout. It's not recognized. The clock rolls, and we come to the end of the first half. So Team Irvin will get the ball first. We're going to send Coach Gruden down to the field here for the second
All right.
half. And Chris Berman now with the Toyota halftime. Boomer. Pretty good first half here in Hawaii. The farewell to Charles Woodson. The good times had. The aerial show that the Pro Bowl has become over the years. Russell Wilson with a great passing first half. 3 touchdowns for Team Irvin. Team Rice coming back. Travis Kelce has their 2 touchdown grabs. 28-14. Team captain by Michael Irvin. Leading the team captained by Jerry Rice. Second half here in Honolulu. Mike Tirico on behalf of my other play-by-play brethren. It's the Dream Booth guys. No analyst, just the play-by-play guy. But we're having fun because John Gruden's down on the field, and he'll be down there for the third quarter. Chance to have Coach interact with some of the greats down there, the players, some of his friends, the coaching side as well. And they just did a really neat thing. I know you saw at the end of the half, but having all those Hawaii high school from Oahu, this island, out on the field, the high school football players, was quite a treat. And John, I know down there was a lot of fun to see those young men who you really embrace, who love football, down there enjoying their moment on the Pro Bowl field.
Yeah, no doubt, Mike. A lot of young people that love the game. It's a celebration here in Hawaii. This is where I think they should have the Pro Bowl every year. And just look out in the crowd. Every team is well represented. I think we're going to have a good second half.
As we get ready for the second half, John, we touched on this a little bit. There's Marcus Mariota, who had the outstanding rookie season for Tennessee. Do point that out, and we mentioned this at the start. A lot of what our focus is the 3 hours of the game, but you were by the pool with a bunch of the players during the week. I know Jameis Winston was cornering Eli Manning, trying to get every secret. What does it take to win a Super Bowl, to lead a team? What about the value for the young players here this week and what they're learning?
Well, this league is a big collaboration. You see young quarterbacks trying to get better behind the scenes. And Jameis learning from Eli, that was fun to watch. All the young offensive linemen in the pool with the veteran offensive linemen. You look around, you see Marshall Yanda holding court with some of these young offensive guards. It's every position, and it involves the coaches as well. The Packers staff, the chief staff had a chance to exchange ideas, and no better place to do that than right here in Hawaii.
And I even saw you doing that. We had a conversation. It was you and Andy Reid and Eli Manning. I was the fly by the pool, and you were all talking about how play calling has evolved really to match this era of football. Make it quick, make it visual, and the guys can get out there and make the plays happen a bit faster.
Well, they've streamlined the communication. Young players are being taught differently than they were 20 years ago, so some of my terminology is obsolete. So I'm going to come down here at close range, Mike, and try to get a better handle on what Andy Reid, Edgar Bennett are calling in the second half.
All right, pal, we look forward to it. It'll be a fun third quarter. Again, no kickoffs to the Pro Bowl, so the ball will start with Team Rice at the 25-yard line. And we should point out both teams are in a little bit different situation with the play calling. John alluded to Andy Reid and the Kansas City side. Winston Moss is over there. He's representing Mike McCarthy, not here because of a stomach issue, and he couldn't travel. And Derek Carr for Team Rice. Andy Reid lost his offensive coordinator. The man who was calling plays for them in part, along with Andy. Doug Peterson is the new coach with the Philadelphia Eagles. That's the 8th Andy Reid assistant to get a head coaching job over his days in the NFL. And we'll delve into the Green Bay side with their play calling's been over the year as we go through. Okay, third quarter begins here, and Adrian Peterson back in the game. Bouncing it to the outside, Rashad Jones comes down to tackle the NFL's leading rusher. A loss of a yard or two. So NFL next-gen stats as they track the players on the field. You see who's representing Jerry Rice captain team here in this third quarter.
Coach, Charles Woodson's on offense. I came down to check on you. You just called this. I've been waiting for this for 18 years.
John's on the sideline standing next to Andy Reid. When John coached the Raiders, they had a Fremont package, which was for Charles Woodson to play some offense. Charles from Fremont, Ohio. Derek Carr doesn't go his way, goes to Adrian Peterson. That's a gain to the 30-yard line. Hey, John, that was your #1 pick as you became the Raiders head coach, was drafting Charles Woodson. We're looking at that press conference from that day. Man, it's a long time ago, but what a career he's had.
Hey, Woodson. Charles, I'm your old coach, man.
What's up, Groove?
You know what you're doing out there on offense?
Man, you didn't see me just work the cover two?
That was one of the worst routes I've ever seen.
I just worked the cover two and set myself in a honey hole, waiting on the ball. Ain't no clear out. You know that. Come on, Groove.
Back up. Get behind the white.
Carr on the crossing pattern. Jarvis Landry with that grab across the 40-yard line.
Charles, I got to ask you, why are you walking away from the game?
You know what, Coach? To be honest with you, man, I'm just tired. And that's really all I can say. I've done all I could do out there, man. I gave it my all. And it comes a point in time, man, where you got to give it up.
Tell me what you're going to miss the most.
I'm going to miss being on this sideline. I'm going to miss running out there, man, before the game, being able to run out of the tunnel and hear the fans scream your name, scream whatever team you're on, man. I'm going to miss that. I'm going to miss standing out here, and listening to the national anthem. I'm going to miss all that, man.
God bless you. Good luck to you. I'm going to try and talk you out of retirement while I'm down here.
Good try.
All right.
5 yards to Derek Martin. Over the middle, Sean Lee there with the tackle. That rookie season when John, as the Raiders coach, drafted him in the first round, Charles Woodson made the Pro Bowl. He makes the Pro Bowl in his final season, bookending his career with Pro Bowl trips to Hawaii. Only the second player since the merger in 1970 to do that. For the guys who played at least a decade in the league, the other one, Barry Sanders, who walked away at a Pro Bowl caliber with his play, and Charles Woodson doing the same this year. Here's Doug Martin with the 2nd and 4 run, and he's just stopped there, no real tackle. Sean Lee, Geno Atkins. Well, take you back to 98. There's a young John Gruden. Perfect. Who's that quarterback? It's Jason Garrett trying to throw to Michael Irvin. And Charles Woodson coming up with his first of 65 career interceptions, tied for 5th in NFL history, and Michael Irvin made the tackle on the first of 65 INTs. 3rd and 2.
180. What's up?
For Amari Cooper, and he couldn't drag it in as Richard Sherman and Harrison Smith, who have been teaming up a few times on coverage.
Oh, they're trying to get Amari Cooper down the sideline, tight coverage. And I wouldn't be surprised if we get another fake. I'm standing right behind Dave Tobe, the special teams coach, and Andy Reid, the head coach. Hecker faked it in the first half. Let's see what we have in store here.
John, you mentioned Dave Tobe, the outstanding special teams coach of the Chiefs. Was the special teams coach all those years in Chicago with Devin Hester. There is the trick, and it's Cedric Pierman running for the first down.
Hey, Coach Tobe, that's 2 fake punts in a Pro Bowl. You just broke a Pro Bowl record. Congratulations.
Thanks a lot, man.
They can do whatever they got to do to get back in this game. What do we got, Coach?
We're going to go weak right. 24 double go.
I like it. 24 double go. Got to look the free safety off here and take a shot.
Trying to make sure they get the play clock reset.
180.
Carson gets it going in time. Carr with the look off. Kelsey in the middle of the field goes up and gets it. And he was real touched by Hunter Smith at the 16-yard line. A good call and completion, 29 to Travis Kelsey.
2 deep zone. You're going to have a hard time throwing these go routes on the outside, so they throw the ball to Kelsey right down the seam between the 2 safeties. First down, Team Rice.
Switch it up. West jab 93 rub, D-bubble.
17-yard line, they'll take over. 2 13s. Players get to wear their own number in the Pro Bowl. So at the top of the screen, T.Y. Hilton and Odell Beckham still looking to get one. There's Odell on a little bubble. Pass Rashad Jones. And out of bounds at the 5-yard line. They'll mark him officially at the 3. And it'll be 1st and goal for Team Rice as Odell Beckham Jr. catches his first of this Pro Bowl.
That's a big part of this running game, Mike. You have a running play call, and if the number count is too heavy, they have the freedom to pick the ball up and throw these bubble screens, and not many people are better after the catch than Odell Beckham. Nice work.
96 catches for Odell Beckham. We mentioned he was one of the playing captains, active playing captains, because of the number of votes he received, 2nd most amongst non-quarterbacks. Doug Martin seeking space, powers through Harrison Smith, and is in for the Team Rice touchdown.
And a fake punt paid off once again.
Martin moving inside.
Hey, Coach, 2 fake punts in the... Come on, 2 fake punts. You got to come clean on that.
No. Well, hey, listen, we're going for it. This is the money half. And so the boys are calling it. We're calling it, so we're going for it. My special teams coaches are on the field right now. But yeah, we're going to keep doing that if they allow us.
Okay, I'm out of here. Thanks for your hospitality. I'm good. Good luck.
First rushing touchdown in the game against Team Rice within 7 if this extra point's good from Josh Brown. Of course, John Gruden and Andy Reid were on the staff together in Green Bay. So they've known each other for almost 2 decades. So they learned the language in the same place. Martin the touchdown, tightening up this game. 7-point lead for Team Irvin. The 2016 Pro Bowl presented by USAA is brought to you by Chevrolet. Find new roads. And NFL Mobile, watch Super Bowl 50 on your phone. Download today. Traditional Hawaiian fish salad made from ahi tuna, sea salt, soy sauce, and onions. Poking. Chance to enjoy many of the island delicacies for the players this week. Our coverage today from Spider Cam is brought to you by DirecTV. Unconferenced for the 3rd year, Pro Bowl players selected and drafted by these Pro Bowl alumni captains, Michael Irvin and Jerry Rice. Team Irvin's in the gray. They have the ball. Tavius Murray of Oakland gains a couple of yards. And Jerry Rice is down on the sideline with John Gruden. Coach?
Well, I'm down here with Jerry Rice. Jerry, nice drive to start the 3rd quarter.
I am fired up. My team, you know, they're starting to generate that energy now. Very positive. Travis Kelce is killing it. They can't stop him.
A lot of complaints on the other sideline. You're faking these punts in an all-star game.
Yeah, but, you know, they're bringing safeties and they're doing everything. Everything is on the line now, John. You know it is. We want to win.
Teddy Bridgewater, 2nd and 8. Murray, the catch and run, and it was almost like a practice drill where they stopped running. 43.
Jerry, you're one of the great players of all time. 13 Pro Bowlers, 13 Pro Bowls you played in. When you look at the game today, the Pro Bowl now, what's the biggest difference?
I would say probably the biggest difference is there's not as much contact. You know, back in the day, you had guys really hitting each other. And, you know, I understand these guys with their, you know, large contracts and all that, and they don't want to hurt themselves. And you should protect yourself. But still, you want to put a good show over here in Hawaii. So I wish it would be a little bit more physical.
Thanks, Jerry. Good luck in the 2nd half.
Murray almost lost the ball there, able to keep it on his hip. And Charles Woodson tackles his teammate at midfield. First down run, gain of 7.
He running hard. Let's run hard too.
Michael Irvin trying to get his team going. First drive of this quarter.
Hey, they got the officials on my case down here, Mike.
Oh, they spotted you, or did you spot them, John?
It was a combination of the two.
I'm sure they're glad to see you back. Headlines with George Hayward there in shot. Bridgewater downfield and open for the touchdown is Robinson. And John, that's the player you have talked about, especially with Michael Irvin, that he has that home run ability that people are starting to learn about.
Well, that's Jacksonville. It's a double move on the outside. Bridgewater did a nice job in the pocket, keeping it alive, and Allen Robinson down the field has done it as well as anyone in football. And Bridgewater did an excellent job keeping the ball in a throwing position and giving him a chance. And just like that, Team Irvin answers.
50-yard touchdown. Bridgewater has thrown 2. And that's one of the surprises. There's so many people, if you're in the fantasy football world, you know that. But the big gains for Allen Robinson this year, the fact that he tied for the league lead with 14 scores. Non-fantasy football players were probably surprised to learn that. But he and Blake Bortles really found a great connection there in Jacksonville. And Team Irvin extends the lead to 14. Right around this time next week, we'll be close to crowning a new champion of the NFL. Panthers Broncos. Super Bowl is on ESPN Deportes. You can catch Super Bowl 50, 6:30 Eastern on ESPN Deportes. At ESPN Radio, of course, the English language coverage of the game on TV on CBS. Everybody in the spirit. We mentioned Michael Bennett and his residence over here in Hawaii. He's hopping in with the locals, with the mascots as well. Hoping to enjoy this spirit. Again, They've been a Super Bowl team the last couple of years, so the Seahawks players a chance to enjoy. Tyrod Taylor is in at quarterback, and his pass intended for Chris Ivory is incomplete. Speaking of the Seahawks, here's Lisa with Russell Wilson.
Thanks, Mike. Russell, you just saw Michael Bennett getting down, doing his thing, cutting a rug over there. Why didn't we see you do that yet?
That's Michael's thing, you know. So Michael, man, he enjoys it every day. We all do. It's a great event. Obviously, to be here, it's a special thing. I was fortunate enough to come be selected my rookie year, and you know, I had Drew Brees and Eli Manning on my team. I know Peyton was on the other side. It's a great experience, you know. So I'm grateful to be here, and the good thing is we're winning right now.
Who have you enjoyed just getting to know as a player and just as a person this week? Like one guy.
Really all these guys. Really, just to watch the professionalism of the guys on our team. I know we've practiced the right way. We enjoy it. We're having some fun while playing. It's a really good, great thing.
What did you learn about your all-star receivers on this squad?
Man, to watch those 4 guys catch the football, it's pretty cool to watch. You know, all of them have made great plays today, and so in the first play of the game, DeAndre Hopkins runs right to the guy, you know, able to hit him deep down the field, and AJ's made some great catches. Julio got the touchdown. Allen made some great catches too. So it's been a special thing to watch.
I know you have enjoyed.
Team Irvin. That's what we needed right there.
All right, one last question. I know you've enjoyed being here, but of course you'd rather be in Super Bowl. So what do you got to do next year to regroup?
You know, you just take one day at a time. You know, I think that we've done a great job of preparing every week, you know, and in the offseason, have a championship offseason, enjoy it, you know, and get ready to go, get ready to win a championship. And that's obviously, it's never fun. It sucks to not be in the Super Bowl, but to be here, I'm grateful as I can be.
All right, thank you, Russell.
Thank you, guys. Go Hawks.
Back to you guys.
All right, thank you. 4th Team Rice turnover, the Hunter Smith interception. Lead is 14. Let's look at the players who are on the field via the NFL Next Gen stats. Teddy Bridgewater, the quarterback. Go through, see all the regulars. Note on the bottom, Richard Sherman, the all-pro quarterback of the Seattle Seahawks, in there on offense. Of course, that's where his football career got started, his wide receiving skills. So Sherman, so Charles Wood should do it. Michael Irvin's getting him out there on the field for a reverse. There goes Richard Sherman. That's the fastest I've seen the defensive guys react all year. He's going to lose a whole bunch of yards here. Actually taken down to the ground. And by his teammate. Good for you, Bobby Wagner.
That's some good team defense right there. You have to finish plays, and Richard Sherman on the reverse keeps it alive for about 15 seconds. But you see Team Rice in hot pursuit, and Richard Sherman just lost a lot of yardage.
John, the best part of that was his teammate Bobby Wagner gave him a little hawk tackle. He wrapped him up and brought him down. A 28-second play that lost 22 yards.
Not a place you want to be behind in the down and distance. Let's see if Khalil Mack, number 52 of the Oakland Raiders, can turn up the rush in this predictable pass situation.
Well, Team Irvin's going to take a timeout here before 2nd and 32. You flipped sidelines, John. You went from the Team Rice sideline over to the Team Irvin sideline, where the Green Bay coaching staff is coaching.
Well, Edgar Bennett calling plays for the first time. You see him and head coach Winston Moss out here with Teddy Bridgewater. This is not where they wanted to be after that reverse. It's high security over here on this sideline. Team Irvin, they won't let me get near Edgar Bennett. There must be some trickery up their sleeves here. What do you got called here, Coach?
We're going to try to get half of it back. We're going to go 2 draw. 2 draw. Try to get it back. Try to get some of it back. 2 draw.
So we got a little draw here?
Draw.
Draw play to Freeman, see if they can get half of it back.
I do like the natural reflexes of the play caller to cover his mouth so there's no lip reading, but it was on live TV. Freeman with the run to the 32-yard line, trying to get some of that yardage back. Of course, Green Bay had the interesting situation throughout the year. Tom Clemens started as their play caller. Then Mike McCarthy jumped back in, got the offense going a little bit through the wild card win against Washington. That memorable playoff game against Arizona. Now with Mike McCarthy back in Green Bay, if you weren't with us earlier because of the stomach ailment, Edgar Bennett, pretty good running back in his day at Florida State, hopping in and calling the plays here for Team Irvin. Bridgewater's thrown 2 touchdowns. He's directing traffic. Fires a jump ball that is broken up. Hopkins trying to come back to get it. Eric Berry, one of the great stories of this Pro Bowl, was there to break it up. As you know, Hodgkin's lymphoma. Eric Berry was undergoing treatment for that Pro Bowl time a year ago. 7 months later, turns out to get back not just on the field, but he played almost as much as anyone in the secondary in the NFL this year, was on the field a lot, had a terrific year. His defensive coordinator, Bob Sutton, effusive in his praise, said Eric's inspirational return to football also helped fuel that great run by Kansas City from 1-5 to 11-5, the playoff win over Houston before getting knocked out by New England. Great return man from the Seattle Seahawks, Tyler Lockett, is brought down past the 40-yard line by Justin Bethel. That's why you have a special teams cover man selected to the Pro Bowl. Bethel with the stop. Congratulations to Anquan Bolden, Eli Manning, and Benjamin Watson, the 3 finalists for the Walter Payton Man of the Year Award, which will be announced on Saturday, the NFL Honors Show. That'll be on CBS, 9 Eastern, 4 Hawaiian time. Receiver from the 49ers, quarterback from the Giants, tight end from the Saints. Great community work, carrying on Walter Payton's legacy of dedication to the highest standards. DeAndre Hopkins is now playing defense. He's playing corner opposite Dominique Rodgers-Cromartie, defending T.Y. Hilton downfield. As Tyrod Taylor goes to the opposite side towards Beckham, and Dominique Rodgers-Cromartie comes up with the interception in the end zone. Now he's going to get out and turn this into a return. And he will work the sidelines and get out of bounds at the 31-yard line. So Rodgers-Cromartie comes up with his 2nd interception of the game. He had 3 all season.
Well, that's just a prayer right there. Tyrod goes deep down the field, and Dominique Rodgers-Cromartie, he has ball skills like a wide receiver. That time it's an easy pick, and you said it, Mike, 2 interceptions for Dominique Rodgers-Cromartie here in the Pro Bowl, and it sets up Team Irvin.
John, Dominique Rodgers-Cromartie had many opportunities to get more picks this year, and you talked about his ball skills. He could have had a bigger season.
No doubt about it. He dropped some balls that hit him right between the numbers, and over the course of his career, he has been an opportunistic intercepting machine. And here's Jameis Winston.
Quarterback for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in the game now for Team Irvin, leading by 14. Winston will take the deep shot for A.J. Green, who came back and tried to make the play. Marcus Peters steps underneath, and that pass is incomplete. Started all 16 games, John, the #1 overall pick in the draft. Really did make a good impact on the field with the Buccaneers this year.
Showed a lot of mental toughness, Mike. They got off to a terrible start, losing at home to Tennessee, but he got progressively better and better. They have a vertical passing attack. They have Mike Evans and Vincent Jackson. This is a very balanced offense, and Jameis Winston did a lot at the line of scrimmage. Got a lot of great things ahead of him.
2nd and 10 from the 32. They're the 2 men who are the most likely Offensive Rookie of the Year award vote getters. Todd Gurley from the now Los Angeles Rams and Jameis Winston out to the 43-yard line. The numbers are 58% in terms of completion, but he threw for over 4,000 yards this year. The rushing touchdowns adding that other element to it, 28 total touchdowns, 6 on the ground. The 4th quarterback in the Bucs history to come to the All-Star game, the Pro Bowl. Jeff Garcia, Brad Johnson, Fred Dilfer, the others. Gurley runs to the middle, and we will get the 3rd quarter 2-minute warning. If you weren't with us at the start of the game, different timing rules to make it a little more interesting. The end of each quarter, 2-minute warnings hopped in there, and then possession switches.
Welcome back to the Pro Bowl in Hawaii. I'm with Giants quarterback Eli Manning. Eli, next season is going to be your first playing for a head coach who is not Tom Coughlin.
It'll be different. You know, I really feel it's been a blessing to have had Coach Coughlin as my coach for 12 years. He's taught me so much, you know, about the game of football, but also just about being a man, a father. You know, I'm growing up kind of in front of him. So, you know, I feel like I've learned a lot. I'm excited about Coach McAdoo next year. I have a great relationship with him as well, working with him these last 2 years. I think he'll do a great job taking control of this team and leading us in the right direction.
What kind of early conversations have you had with Coach McAdoo about, you know, some changes you might want to make?
You know, I'll let him figure that out. So just, you know, obviously, you know, seeing some of the new coaches we have, who's going to be, you know, who's going to be the offense coordinator, who's going to be the quarterback coach, who's going to call the plays. So he's got a lot of things to figure out. But look forward to, you know, seeing what changes he'll make and how he's going to make us a better team. Not my team. That's not good for me. Not good for me.
That's Delaney Walker from Jameis Winston for the touchdown to make it 41-20 on a 53-yard strike to the tight end from Tennessee. Winston's second play in the game. And we watch Walker, who was working behind the linebacker and in between Julius Peppers and Charles Woodson, the old teammates, as they were dropping back in the zone. And with no nickel defense, only 4 DBs, is a great chance in this game for tight ends to work on linebackers or in between the whole of the zone coverage, and it takes it the distance for that touchdown strike to put Team Irvin up by 21 if Dan Bailey knocks this through. And as he does, let's go back down to Lisa and Eli.
Thank you, Mike. Eli, I know your brother play. I mean, what are the chances that that could be it for him his last game?
You know, I don't know. He has not mentioned anything to me, but...
How has he not mentioned it to you?
Well, I don't think he's mentioned it to anybody. I don't think he knows. I don't think he's worried about that. His mind says on, you know, these last few weeks, getting healthy, winning playoff games, and now it's on winning a Super Bowl. So, you know, you don't want to start planning too far ahead, but, you know, it could be his last. I don't know. If it is, I hope he can win it and go out on top.
Those of us who will never get to enjoy a Super Bowl week as a quarterback, what's that experience like, just being there?
Well, it's obviously a great experience. That whole week, preparing, getting everybody ready, but you know, I think it's just you try to make it as a normal routine as possible.
How do you keep from being just over?
I think having great support, having your family take care of your tickets and those type of things, and you know, if you eat pasta on Tuesdays, and hey, that week you eat pasta on Tuesday. If you get a massage certain day, if you watch film, if you go out to dinner with your teammates, try to make it as normal as possible. So you know, because for the last 20-odd weeks, you've been doing the same thing every week. You don't want to change it up for this last one.
Thanks for taking the time, Eli.
Thanks a lot,
Mike.
All right, Lisa, thank you. So Eli Manning, one of the 3 quarterbacks, Team Rice. Tyrod Taylor is in the game right now, just through short completion. And this one is again to Doug Martin. Derek Johnson's made a couple of tackles here. It'll be 3rd and 2 coming up for Taylor. The Buffalo Bills quarterback, Rex Ryan, who was over here earlier this week, said he really wanted to have Tyrod Taylor as his quarterback. Even going back to Rex's Jets days, he was hoping he could acquire Taylor. First time that he wasn't backing up Joe Flacco's first shot at starting. And had a good season for the Bills. He scrambles there to get the first down. He set a Bills franchise record for quarterback rushing yards this season. Greg Rowan, the offensive coordinator, came over from San Francisco, and Taylor was the perfect fit. Won the 3-man battle for the job in training camp. Threw for 3,000 yards. Limited to just 6 interceptions, so very few mistakes, 20 touchdown passes, and he breaks a long drought. 0-2 is the last time a Buffalo Bill quarterback was in the Pro Bowl, albeit significantly down on the list because of the players who pulled out, but Tyrod Taylor here at the Pro Bowl. Timeout taken by his team, the Jerry Rice captain team, with 41 seconds left. And the ball does flip over to Team Irvin to start the 4th quarter. Team Rice trying to sneak a score in. Before that, you see Eric Davis, who is next to Jerry Rice. We have other captains who are joining each of the Pro Bowl alumni captains. Michael Bennett missed the sack, and Tyrod Taylor just benches it as the pass rush was getting to him. And Geno Atkins knocked it away. Eric Davis is over there with Jerry Rice, was Jerry's teammate for 6 years in San Francisco. Played 13 years in the league, 38 interceptions, a couple of Pro Bowls in his day, including a part of a Super Bowl with San Francisco, so he's the defensive co-captain. And on the other side, Michael Irvin has a defensive co-captain as well, who was a longtime teammate of his from over the years, our ESPN colleague Darren Woodson. And both of those guys who are still involved in TV were great helps in picking the players. Martin on the screen is stopped by Atkins. That'll bring the timeout taken before the end of the quarter with 2 seconds remaining. You saw that ball was out of bounds, but the clock kept running. There is Darren Woodson, 5-time Pro Bowler, 3 Super Bowl titles, in the Ring of Honor for the Cowboys this past year. He and Michael Irvin were teammates for 8 years, and both Darren and Eric enjoy their work on TV. Darren on our team at ESPN, and they're helping their guys out here at this Pro Bowl. 2 seconds left in the third. Mr. Gruden still has his speed. He's made his way back up to the booth. Nice to be back on the field.
That's great. Great to see some of the best players in the world and reuniting with Charles Woodson on his final day as a pro football player. Awful special to me. NFL's going to miss him. Be interesting to see what he has in store for his future.
It's the final play of this quarter, so they would have to start lateraling it here to try to score if they so choose. Chris Ivory gets a bunch of yards, does not lateral it, and is brought down. Devontae Freeman was back there. The running back jumped over to defense, made the stop to end the quarter. 42-21, Team Irvin on top. Remember, you can help choose the Pro Bowl MVP here in the next few minutes. Tweet hashtag Pro Bowl MVP and the player's first and last name. Hashtag Pro Bowl MVP. Put the player's full name in there. Tweet it. We'll have the MVP announcement coming up after the game. Fourth quarter here in Aloha Stadium in Honolulu. Mike Tirico, John Gruden, and Lisa Salters. The Michael Irvin captain team has scored 14 in each quarter. The team captained by Jerry Rice has scored 7 in each of the first 3. Odell Beckham Jr. is playing safety here as Winston goes to the opposite side. Julio Jones tried to cut underneath Vontae Davis, and the pass is incomplete. This must be the new rage of the Pro Bowl. Everybody wants to jump in on the other side of the ball and make this job completely impossible. Let's see who's out there for Team Irvin right now.
Not quite sure why Odell Beckham is playing free safety. I'm sure this pleases Ben McAdoo, the new coach of the Giants. And Jameis Winston, with a 21-point lead, continues to push the envelope with down-the-field shots.
Handoff here for Latavius Murray from the Raiders. And replace Jonathan Stewart on this Pro Bowl team. So we have Beckham over here on defense, and then the rest of the regulars on defense.
And it's an important stop here for Team Rice. Got to get the ball back right now.
First down. Stop.
Winston over the middle. And Beckham tried to break up the pass, but it was caught by the touchdown man from earlier, Delaney Walker, and Michael Irvin does a little Cam Newton to move the chains.
Well, why not? Why not throw the ball down the middle with a wide receiver playing safety? Normally, a veteran safety would punish a tight end on a crossing route, but Odell Beckham, relatively new to the free safety position here.
Relatively new, like 4 plays ago.
There he is, Beckham.
Timeout has been taken by Team Rice. Or do we have a challenge?
Team Rice is challenging the ruling on the field of a completed catch. Timeout.
So we'll step out here in the fourth. The 2016 Pro Bowl is presented by USAA. Never stop being your family's protector with USAA Life Insurance. and by ESPNFanshop.com, powered by Dick's Sporting Goods. It's the Royal Hawaiian Center's ensemble, and it's Royal Grove at Waikiki. Part of the entertainment as we welcome you back to the 2016 Pro Bowl presented by USAA here in Hawaii. There was a challenge, but
after reviewing the play, the ruling on the field stands. It's a catch. Team Rice will be charged a timeout and a challenge.
Will remain here with Team Irvin.
And you look at Mike Adams
That'll be a timeout to
helping
charge
Odell
Rice.
Beckham in the middle of this defense. Doomerville talking to Beckham now about what his assignments may be. Obviously, he's in the middle of the field, and he's going to read the quarterback.
Winston. He sees late pressure come from Tamba Hali, and that pass is incomplete.
Tamba Hali, 10 years, 86 sacks, one of the great Chiefs of all time. Unfortunate for the Chiefs, they did not have Justin Houston and Tamba Hali at full strength when it mattered the most. What a run they went on, Mike. 11 straight victories under Andy Reid. And their two prize pass rushers weren't at their best at playoff time.
New England beating Kansas City 27-20 before the Broncos beat the Patriots by 2. Holly saw
False
some
start,
motion.
number 66, offense. 5-yard penalty remains, second down.
I believe Brandon Albert, who's playing left tackle from the Miami Dolphins, playing for Team Rice, he was trying to point out that Hali was coming in there and he shouldn't have been putting pressure on. You're not allowed to blitz. And from the linebacker spot, Hali was coming in.
The 3 Dallas Cowboys on that offensive line. Tyron Smith switches over to right tackle to accommodate Albert at left tackle.
Take him anywhere on the field. Tremendous player, Tyron Smith. Clay Matthews wraps up the running back with Latavius Murray. 12:20 to go in this one, and Team Irvin leading by 21. We've had 7 penalties in the game, all 5-yarders.
Third down and 8.
Interference in there too.
One more time. Let's keep an eye on Beckham back there. This is 3rd down and 8. He's still dancing. He's doing it from his free safety position, but he's going to backpedal in the middle of that defense, read Jameis Winston's eyes, and try to get an interception.
Winston's going to bring it down to Tyler Eifert. Clay Matthews tries to strip it out of his hands to the 35-yard line. A first down for Eifert. Haven't had a chance much to talk, John, about the man who led the tight end position. 13 touchdown grabs, tied for the 4th most in the NFL this year.
He's an excellent red zone receiver. He can line up in so many different positions. They detach him from the formation. He runs like a big wide receiver at times. You can keep him in a conventional tight end position. A lot of weapons in this Bengal offense, and Ken Zampese, the new offensive coordinator, has to be excited to get back to work.
Ken takes over. Hugh Jackson becomes the head coach in Cleveland. Winston for Eifert. Couldn't keep it in his hands as he went to the ground and ruled incomplete.
What I love about Jameis Winston.
Beckham over there trying to help him coverage with Matthews. Sorry.
He resets in the pocket and lets it rip. And I thought he threw a perfect pass. Watch him veer to his right, set his feet, and rip it down the field. I thought he hit Eifert in stride. Clay Matthews in coverage. That ball's right where it needs to be. And let's hope we don't get another challenge, but it's incomplete.
Just want to be careful with Eifert, those wrist problems that he had in the past. You saw the way he landed. 2nd and 10. There's the run by Freeman to midfield in front of Julius Peppers at the 25-yard line. Tyler Eifert said the torn labrum, the elbow problem he had before. He said the injuries that have really limited his career. And he's shaken up for the moment over there. They're looking at his left leg, which is it's the last thing you ever want to see here in the Pro Bowl. All the conversation, all the fun guys have He has his foot off and looking at him, and hopefully that's not something significant for the Bengals tight end. Did so much long rehab off seasons. His first year he's had mostly football action. There's A.J. Green, one of the other offensive weapons for Andy Dalton and the Bengals, catches it at the 15-yard line for a first down.
A lot of good stuff again from Winston in the pocket. Protection. It's not great. He's got to get out of trouble and throws a bullet on the move to A.J. Green. And you just see Jameis Winston around the hotel. You see the energy that he has, the charisma that he brings to the table, and he's become the face of this franchise, and Buccaneer fans are excited about it.
Latavius Murray with a run to the right, gain 2 yards. Of course, Winston was in the news this week. The Florida State University settling the federal Title IX lawsuit. The former student who said that she was sexually assaulted by Winston back in 2012, $950,000 that Florida State agreed to pay. In that case, Winston was not found responsible for sexual misconduct after a Florida State student council conduct hearing, I should say, in December of 2014. That caused much conversation this week as that news came out. Winston then finishing his Florida State career, then moving on to be picked by the Buccaneers, #1 overall.
Offside, number 93, defense, 5-yard penalty remains. Second down.
Tampa was a 2-win team. They went to a 6-win team. You lived down there, John. They had opportunities in a lot of games down the stretch, and Lovie Smith, after 2 years, is out. Dirk Cutter moves over from offensive coordinator to head coach now for Gerald McCoy and the rest of the Bucs.
That was surprising to many, but you see a lot of Buccaneers in this game. Levante David at linebacker, Doug Martin, a very good running back. McCoy just jumped off sides. He's trying to chase his quarterback, Jameis Winston, around. They've got 4 legitimate Pro Bowl football players. They're better than 6 and 10.
Odell Beckham still playing safety. Winston fires up over the top. An attempt to bring it down by Walker, but he can't grab a second touchdown catch. Another flag down.
Illegal shift. Number 11 and number 18 moving at the same time. 5-yard penalty, still second down.
Julio Jones, A.J. Green talking it over. Got to be set for 1 full count before you can snap the football.
Penalty is declined. Third down. Penalty is declined. Third down.
It'll be third down.
Pete Morelli was trying to get the attention of the person with the down box over on the sidelines, trying to get to the right line of scrimmage and get the right number up on the down box. Third down and short coming up.
Third down.
Now we changed it.
First down. First down. First down. Stop.
Winston, quick pass for the touchdown, and the second big grab for DeAndre Hopkins from the Houston Texans.
It's hard to do. You're in the shotgun, catch and release. Watch how quick the ball comes out of Jameis Winston's hands. That's a beautiful thing right there.
Looks like a baseball player. His spikes were taken out of the game a couple of years ago, but we've had him in the Pro Bowl a few times. Hopkins, who had the 61-yard catch on Team Irvin's first drive, first play of the game. Gets the touchdown. It's 48-21.
Saw that coming in here, Mike. We saw the receiving core of Team Irvin, A.J. Green, Hopkins, Julio Jones, and Allen Robinson, and they have shredded the opposition today.
Dallas's Dan Bailey kicks the extra point, and Michael Irvin's team is on top, 49-21. We've been talking about Team Irvin and Team Rice throughout this game. Look at Michael Irvin's great Hall of Fame career, and then look at Jerry Rice's accomplishments. Just extraordinary, seemingly untouchable even in this prolific passing era. Both multiple Pro Bowlers, 5 for Michael, 13 for Jerry, including 11 in a row. And both the Gold Jackets, Canton, Ohio, inducted into the Pro Football Hall of Fame in 2007 and then 2010 after their careers came to an end. And they certainly have enjoyed the banter and tried to pass on a little bit of what the league, what this gathering of players meant to them over time onto the two teams that they drafted on Wednesday over at Wheeler Army Airfield. And 21 in a row here for Michael Irvin's team has taken a 7-point game out to a 28-point game. Tyrod Taylor for the Buffalo Bills in at quarterback, and that pass is incomplete. Almost an interception for Devontae Freeman out there.
Freeman almost got that.
Michael, they're whistling you back on the sideline there, Michael.
Yeah, I'm bringing it back. I'm so happy to see my boys right here. When we're having fun, you're not going to allow Devontae Freeman to get in and play a little corner. You put Hopkins back there, plays a little corner. Man, we're having fun, man. And we play hard, but we're having fun, and we're going to win. What a great day this is. Get you another one, D. Let's go, D. Break on it, D.
Taylor underneath. Cedric Pearman, who made the game as a special team selection, to the 35-yard line. Michael, you've enjoyed, I know, being around these guys. What'd you learn about this generation of players, being with them and trying to lead this group for the last 4 days or so?
Let me tell you what I know, man. These guys love the game as much as we love the game, as much as the guys before us love the game. They're blessed, and they understand that the game, our great game, as I tell them, is in their hands. And we talk about making sure that they take care of our great game. And it's just been such a great moment to be around them and their families.
Any message you try to give them about what they have as they go through these best years of their careers?
Let me tell you what I told these guys. As we sat, Darren Woodson, Jerry Rice, Eric Davis, and we tell stories. I tell them we're reminiscing on our history, but you guys right now are writing your history, no matter what. Give it all you got so you can write well. So when you get in the days of your latter days like we are, you can reminisce well. I heard you, Mike, talking about the Pro Bowls. You didn't mention Jerry and my Super Bowls. We do have 3 apiece there. Let's get that in also.
Those trophies were sitting right up there on the graphic. Michael, you're exactly right. There's a touchdown pass, and Jarvis Landry tapped the toes down and made a great catch.
Tyrod Taylor has come out of nowhere. 4 years, he backs up Joe Flacco. He finally gets his chance in Buffalo to become a starter. And it's plays like that that allowed him to have one of the most prolific passing seasons in Buffalo Bill history. Nice work by Landry. Walking the chalk on the sideline. Tyrod Taylor, another dual threat quarterback. He can run it, he can throw it. And in this Greg Roman offense, hard to defend.
It's going to be interesting to watch his growth next year at Buffalo after they had a good start to their season. And then the middle patch was tough. They did get the win in Orchard Park to keep the Jets out of the playoffs. Fake here as Josh Brown from the Giants is going to roll it. Look to throw it. And he went trying to throw it to Nick Mangold. It was intercepted by Sean Lee. And you cannot do anything once that play is stopped on a 2-point conversion going the other way for the defense. Good design, good try. 49-27. Michael Irvin was talking about Super Bowls. Ultimately is what's discussed. 11 Carolina Panthers have made their way across the country to Santa Clara, California. Would have had the opportunity to come here to the Pro Bowl. The much more significant business of trying to bring that franchise their first championship. 6 Denver Broncos. And John, maybe the key to the game are the 5 defenses, with disrespect to Demaryius Thomas, but can Ware and Miller contain somehow Cam Newton in the rushing attack, and can those 3 DBs, who did a good job of shutting people down in big games during the year, can they provide the tight coverage and not let the big plays happen for Newton in the Panther passing game? Get your thoughts here on next Sunday's Super Bowl in a moment. Jameis Winston hands it off to Patrick DeMarco. Good to give him a touch and a 10-yard run for the Atlanta Falcon running back, making his Pro Bowl debut.
Yeah, both of these teams have great defenses, Mike. You saw Denver, what they did to New England last time out. They have the coverage people. They have Chris Harris, Aqib Talib. They've got Roby, 3 first-round draft choices, or 3 Pro Bowl corners that can cover. And T.J. Ward from the linebacker position is also a factor. They can rush the passer.
Try a little option, and it's a fumble picked up by Khalil Mack of the Oakland Raiders. So this will give Team Rice an opportunity to get a bit closer, down 22 with 5:29 left.
But let's take a look at this end of play. I don't know what they're trying to do here late in the game, but first down, Team Rice. We have a timeout on the field.
49-27. Team Rice getting a little bit closer here. They have the ball. Aloha Stadium, very unique construction. These stands used to be movable, where you could configure the stadium for different sporting events. They've been locked in place for a good part of the last decade. Back in 2007, I think, is when they locked the sections in place with those unique bridges that connect the four portions of this stadium. Home of the Hawaii Rainbow Warriors. 40th year that Aloha Stadium's been in use, and the 35th time last 37 the Pro Bowl's been played here. Tyrod Taylor for Kelsey. Navarro Bowman on the deflection gets the interception.
He went for it all. He tried to get the ball down the seam. I believe Malcolm Jenkins of the Philadelphia Eagles gets the tip. That should just about do it, unless we see some more options. But left side of your screen, you see Kelsey, 87, down the seam. There's Malcolm Jenkins. Rashad Jones, number 20 of the Dolphins. Tip balls in the middle of the field are usually intercepted. And Navarro Bowman, another comeback player of the year candidate. What a season he had in San Francisco, Mike. And he proved once again what he can do when he's totally healthy.
It's that horrific injury in 2013 in the NFC Championship game, that epic game with Seattle and San Francisco, and missing all of 2014 and coming back. Played for Jim Tom Sula this year. Of course, Chip Kelly will be his head coach. Patrick DeMarco with the carry. And in the first half, they try to tackle guys. In the second half, this has devolved into really like a 9-on-7 drill at practice, with guys just stopping where they would otherwise be tackled.
And not a real good 9-on-7 practice either. But it's the way it is now. And Bowman, Sean Lee, Tamba Hali, all in this game as linebackers from Penn State. You can see why they refer to it as linebacker U. DeMarco's seeing more action as a ball carrier in this second half than he's seen in his life. I don't think he carried the ball more than one time in his life in Atlanta.
He had one this year.
He's had 3 here in the second half. He's had more fun probably than he's ever had in his life. Good for him.
We did talk about this a couple of times, but it's the one benefit of the Pro Bowl is that players, Richard Sherman's back out here on offense, by the way, players who get to know each other, who don't know each other, get the opportunity to hang around during the week, practices, the quick meetings they have, or time by the pool. Clay Matthews stops Latavius Murray of the Raiders short of the first down, and before, oh no, it is a first down. They do get to know each other, get to hang out with each other, and build camaraderie. And I give Eli Manning a lot of credit for a long time, John, and you know this from your Pro Bowl days. Peyton was the mayor of the Pro Bowl, kind of organizing conversations and yucks and humor, and Eli was doing a lot of that by the pool, and I think he and a couple of the older guys are trying to carry on to the next generation whatever substance and value there is to having a game like this.
Mannings, for a long time in this league, have set a standard, and hopefully some of these young players observe it and learn from it.
Here's Lisa.
Hey, Mike, this is the all Penn State connection right here. Obviously, you know, Navarro Bowman and Sean Lee played together. I went to Penn State as well. But Navarro, I'm going to start with you. Like, when you guys were rehabbing, did you guys keep in touch at all while you were rehabbing? You both having great comeback seasons.
Well, we reached out to each other. You know, we both went through the injuries at different times, but Sean was always there throughout the whole process, and vice versa. You know, he's experienced it more than me. It sucks, but I definitely learned a lot from him, just seeing him get through his injuries and things like that.
Sean, while you were rehabbing, I know it's always, that actually felt good. I know it's always a long, grueling process, but did you think you could get back to this elite level?
You know, I knew that I did my one knee in college. I knew if I worked a certain way over time, with the help I had, with the trainers I had, I could come back. And I knew it about this guy, too. Working with him in college, the way he worked, the type of person he is, I knew it was a matter of time for him.
What was it like being teammates again out here this week?
It's great, trying to make plays, competing.
Trying to catch up on all the conversations that we had with our teammates, but, you know, just seeing him out here, us coming from where we came from, representing linebacker U, it's all a good feeling.
Is that something that you just kind of slide back into, or does it take a while to kind of get to know each other again? Or
Nah, it's kind of built in our blood. You know, once we get on the same field together, whether it's opposite or on the same team, it's all love. We're rooting for one another.
We played too many snaps together. When we get out there, like you said, it's natural. It feels good.
Congratulations, you guys. Go State.
Thanks a lot.
Mike.
Lisa, basketball player there as well. Sean Lee, 10th different Penn State linebacker to make the Pro Bowl since 1970, with he and Bowman there. We have reached the 2-minute warning. SportsCenter is coming up with John Butchergross and John Anderson. GMC postgame. Steph and the Warriors going for 44-4 at MSG. The story of Demaryius Thomas and his mom, now out of prison. What's it like for her to watch her son play football for the first time in 16 years? You guys are sculpting for SportsCenter coming up. They may, in fact, hit each other harder than the hitting has been here in this fourth quarter.
You gonna line up right here?
Michael Bennett is at running back.
He's going to take a direct snap here. Yep, there he goes. He's going to keep it. Well, nobody's tackled anybody, so they're not going to tackle Bennett.
Well, he's from Hawaii, so this will be great for everyone in Hawaii to enjoy.
I thought I heard a whistle back here. They might stop it. They're having some fun. Along the way here is Bennett goes with the run. But I think given what the rules of the fourth quarter have been, where you just touch a guy and he stops him, the whistle was blown and it might come back.
During the play, the whistle was blown.
Yes.
He's down, second down.
That's a good job by Pete Morelli to do that. We do understand the guys are having fun. They're enjoying their moment. And that's cool for them. It just will be part of the conversation of, you know, what's the purpose and usefulness of this game. As we said at the top, you can't have an all-star game that resembles the actual athletic competition in a game where there is this much financially involved for the players and such a physical nature to the quality of good play. And it's going to be a long discussion, I would imagine, with the players, with the league. You know, what is the usefulness of this game going forward beyond everybody getting together and having a good time? From the 50, it is the give to Latavius Murray. And Clay Matthews puts his arms around him there with 1:20 to go, trying to run this out. The one thing that will certainly follow over the next few days is Tyler Eifert, who told Lisa Salters that he came down hard on his heel and injured that ankle a bit. And they have him with some ice and will continue to check on him with no further medical report of anything definitive at this point. You just hope and pray for the Bengals and for Tyler that it's not something significant.
And we hope and pray that Jameis Winston takes a knee, but now they've got Travis Frederick, the Cowboys center, at quarterback, and I think Jameis Winston is snapping the ball.
He is. It's a reverse. Takes a knee there at the 50-yard line.
Charles Woodson's last game, Mike.
Yep.
My first draft choice in 1998. We gave him that number because it was the great Willie Brown, our Hall of Fame corner. He went to Green Bay in free agency. He flourished under Dom Capers and Mike McCarthy. 65 career interceptions, 13 defensive touchdowns, over 1,000 tackles. He's going to be missed. This is his 9th Pro Bowl final football game ever, and pleasure having known him and coached him.
Guy's family with him, the end of one of the great careers in the history of the National Football League. Heisman winner, champion at every level. Charles Woodson says farewell to football here as we wrap up this 2016 Pro Bowl, won by Team Irvin over Team Rice 49-27.